Hello, everybody, and welcome to Riverdale High School, Round 1 of the playoffs 2023. We're ready to roll. The principal here at Riverdale's Tamara Blair. Director of Schools is Dr. James Sullivan. Stretched across 624 square miles, 360,000 people live here in Rutherford County, and it's our favorite time of the year, Anthony Fiorella.
Don't get no better than this, Stork, and the way that I always know that it's playoff time is when Stork breaks out the duster.
We've
He
got
is
the
in
duster.
Tonight.
We've got the duster on, and we're ready to roll. Sam Montgomery's got me some scores, and we should be ready to roll. David Limball's here, and they just played my favorite song, Brandy, and we're ready to roll. We've got 48 minutes
And,
under waning gibbous tonight.
Little change of scenery for us too. This is it's a little breath of fresh air. We're going to say that for the first time since 2011, the Riverdale Warriors are the region champs, and that's where we're at tonight. As they, of course, last week took down Oakland in that thriller at Ray Hughes Stadium. And Stork, I'm excited for this ball game tonight, going against a really good Green Hill team. It's a young team, but at 7-3, they put together quite the year.
Yeah, they got a really good quarterback. He's a sophomore. You're going to get a chance to see him tonight. He's 6'3", guy named Cannon Burrows, and you got to like that name, Anthony Fiorella.
Oh, love it. Yeah, like you said, he's a sophomore. Got really good size, though, and a really good arm. And he's a kid that can move around well, too, Stork. So it's going to be interesting to see, just the overall quarterback matchup, because we've seen Braden Graham, of course, earlier this year several times, and this may be the best QB on QB matchup in the 6A bracket tonight in the whole state.
I think so. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones, John Jones Real Estate. We appreciate TSSAA. Matt Gillespie, Corey Steneker from NFHS. The visiting team tonight, they call them the Green Hill Hawks. They opened up in 2000 and got about 1,700 students, about 60 acres over there in Wilson County. Their colors are green and silver, and their mascot is Tony the Hawk. We have an app. It's called Stork Vision. It's in your Google Play Store, in your iTunes. You can download it. Riverdale adorned in the Cardinal Red and Vegas Gold tonight. We're live at Tomahawk Stadium, located just off Warrior Drive right here at Tom Nolan Field. We've got a cast of characters with us tonight, and let's run through them. Lady on the camera has done a great job so far. She's a manager at NADA, puts a couple of hats together every once in a while over at Rustler. She's from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Her best friend's her dog, Sophie. That's Jolie Spencer. This guy developed the app. He built the website. Has his master's in systems analysis, his master's in data processing from Western Kentucky University. He lives in Louisville, Kentucky. That's Sam, the soccer man. This guy's from parts unknown, studied at Otterbein College, has a degree in media. We call him Copernicus. He owns a space capsule. He's hovering high above us tonight. He does our stats. He does our graphics. That's Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks. Guy on the color tonight. He does MTSU soccer, softball, baseball, and football. Has done some hockey and boxing in the past. Has a degree in mass communications from MTSU. He's from Los Angeles, California. That's Anthony Fiorella. My name's Stork Montgomery. I own and operate this contraption. We call it Stork Vision. We're staring down at 26 minutes before we get underway. 48 minutes of football under a waning gibbous here at Tomahawk Stadium. Anthony Fiorella, take it away and run us through those capsules.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead. We'll get right into it. We always start with the away team, of course, which tonight, as you aforementioned, is the Green Hill Hawks. They're a school out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
Wilson County.
Only 3 years old. This is their third season.
Yeah, and
their head coach
opened in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, and so this class too. Which you think about it, these kids that are seniors, man, could you think about having to go and start high school at a brand new school during a worldwide pandemic? I couldn't imagine. So they've been through a lot, that's for sure. But we know the head you know the head coach pretty well. It's a man that goes by the name of Josh Crouch, who was a part of those Smyrna Bulldogs state championship teams as a player.
Yeah, in the 2006 run in the third round of the playoffs right here at Riverdale High School, Sonny Gray hit Josh Crouch right out there at the midfield mark. and that was a big game, and went on to win the state championship, and that was in 2006, and that was a heck of a run, and got our brains beat in by Riverdale during that run, both early in the season, and then was able to bounce back in the playoffs, and head coach was Ron Adelot.
Yeah, and that it's hard to believe that that's been almost 20 years ago, but here we are tonight, of course, at Tomahawk Stadium again. And then for Green Hill, the keys to the game for them on offense, I think what it's really going to boil down to, honestly, is their offensive line play. They've got to do a good job of keeping Burrows upright. He's a sophomore. This is his first playoff game. I know he's had a heck of a year. This is different, Stork. When you get in the playoffs, it is a different environment that can be deadly for a sophomore quarterback, so they've got to keep him upright, and they got to do a good job blocking for Nick Owens and Ethan Choate as well. Get that running game going, because I think that'll open things up downfield.
You're going to see a lot of those 5 wide. I watched a little bit of video on this team. They're going to like to go 5 wide. They're not scared to try to pitch the football around. Riverdale, on the other hand, they're kind of the same way. They got a bunch of dead-gone receivers.
Two very, very similar systems offensively. You're exactly right, which brings me to my next point. Defensively for Green Hill, where they've been a little suspect this year is on the back end. Their secondary has given up some big plays. What does Riverdale's offense prey on? They go 5 yards, 10 yards, take what you give them in zone coverage, and then bam, they hit you with a big play downfield. That's what's going to be the key for Green Hill defensively. Not only do you got to work it and try to put pressure on Braden Graham, but that back end has got to hold up tonight, Stork. I think you've got to force Riverdale to be able to run the football to try to beat you, because as we've seen, they've thrown the ball all over the yard all year, and they've been one of the best passing offenses in the state. So bend but don't break on defense. Riverdale's going to move the ball on you. They're elite and on offense, but you just got to limit the big plays and bow up when you have chances and 3rd and longs, and when you have short fields with Riverdale in the red zone. Keep them out of the end zone. Force them to kick field goals and get off the field when you get penalties. You know, if you got them in a 3rd and long, got to find a way to get off the field in situations like that. Players to watch for them, of course, we talked about him, the sophomore quarterback, Cannon Burrows. He's a dual-threat kid, great size. He's done an exceptional job leading this Green Hill offense this year. Last week in the upset of Mount Juliet, 3 touchdown passes, and he ran for 1 as well. But he faces a very tough test with 2 corners tonight for Riverdale that are both committed to Michigan State in Jalen Thompson and Keyshawn Williams. So it's going to be a really rough test for him. But if they can pull off this upset, sky's the limit for this team. I feel like they could definitely go on a little bit of a run. His favorite target, a tight end named Aaron Mattingly. I think we're going to call his name a lot tonight too. 6'5", 210 pounds. He runs well and is able to outrun most linebackers and can catch well enough that he gives safeties fits down the field too. They'll line him up out wide, like you mentioned, going 5 wide. And he also excels as a blocker. The kid has gotten offers from Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Memphis, Miami, Ohio, and West Virginia, just to name a few thus far. And then another key factor, a guy up front that I think plays both sides of the ball, his name is Ethan Harris, also a sophomore. All 3 of these guys underclassmen. Ethan Harris, 6'2", 270, plays guard on offense. He's a really good pass protector. They'll slide him out to tackle some as well. He's got quick feet, and he anchors himself and doesn't give up much ground as a pass protector. So you got to love that when you see him on film. On defense, depending on whether you get a 3-man look or a 4-man front, will play either that zero shade nose tackle position, head up on the center, or he will play the outside shoulder of the guard in that 3 technique. Never gives up. He's always chasing the football and does his job. Not always going to make the biggest play, and he may not fill up the stat sheet, but he gets in there, does his job, swallows up blocks. He demands people to double team him, and that frees up the linebackers. So that's huge in pass protection. And for the home team, the Riverdale Warriors, we will go through them. We've seen them a couple of times this year, but for those of you, I should say, that are just joining us tonight for the first time here in the playoffs, you got a really high-powered passing offense. They've got two backs in Isaiah Verser and DJ Taylor that have been able to keep people honest, but it really just starts with Braden Graham. And you've got guys like Brock Montgomery, Keyshawn Williams, Braylon Vanderbilt, Ben Woodruff. I mean, just a plethora of receivers that really make it tough to defend. And we saw it last week. That's what Oakland had a tough time doing, was defending the pass late in the second half. If you get a team that's got a really good quarterback like them, they can get it going.
Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Michael Howell will wear the white hat tonight, and he'll make all final decision. This crew's out of West Tennessee, so we don't know much about them. Riverdale, it's 51 years here at this high school. Like we said, 1,800 students. Riverdale's 8-2, 5-0 in the region. Green Hill 7-3, 4-2 in the region. We got 5 big high schools here in Murfreesboro: Oakland, Siegel, Blackman, Rockville, and Riverdale. Down at the other end of the county, Laverne, Smyrna, and Stewart's Creek. Smyrna and Stewart's Creek are in the playoffs. They're in the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, let's look at some of those other games, Stork. I think this will be a great time.
There's a bunch of good games going on. We got Rockville at Mount Juliet. We got Siegel at Cookeville. We got Gallatin at Oakland. We got Cleveland at Jefferson County, and I've got some scores, and I'll shoot those to you. I just want to run down the list of all the games. Good Pasture Christian is at Boyd Buchanan, so they took a little ride down to Gary Rankin's place. Father Ryan's at Knox Catholic. Maryville at Science Hill. That's an interesting game. They had to travel all the way up to Science Hill. That's way up in Tri-Cities.
Something about Maryville, they get their running back, Gage Ledoux, back, who was their big gun that we thought was lost for the whole year with a broken leg. He's going to play tonight for them.
Chucky Dokes at Alcoa, and that'll be a disaster. McEwen at Collinwood, and McEwen makes it in. Stewart's Creek's over at Ravenwood, and we'll be following that score. That should be a really good one. Independence at Smyrna down at the Dog Pound. Cane Ridge at Brentwood. West Creek at Germantown. Eagleville's at West Carroll. Brentwood Academy at Christian Brothers. Appreciate everybody joining us. We're getting ready for the presentation of colors here at Riverdale High School. You, the fan, have supported us all season long, and we appreciate you, and we appreciate you joining us here tonight. Maryville 21, Science Hill 3. Cleveland 8, Jefferson County 14. Alcoa 21, Chucky Doak 6. Knox Catholic 14, Father Ryan nothing. Good Pasture 7, Boyd Buchanan nothing. No scores yet anywhere else. Last night, Vestavia Hills just killed Helena 44-0. I did tune into a little bit of that, and it was quickly a disaster, Anthony.
Yeah, they lost to both Ben Russell and Vestavia Hills, so
they got a lot of work to do. If they're
going to a little bit there in the year, but yeah, we'll see what they can do down there.
Now time for the presentation of colors here at Riverdale High School. Riverdale High School marching pep band on hand to play that national anthem. We're about 17 minutes from getting underway here at Tomahawk Stadium.
A heritage team sponsor, brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise when it comes to buying and selling real estate. Always striving to build relationships, not just close a sale. Go with the GM. Reach out to Richard Pearl with Keller Williams Realty today. Richard Pearl at kw.com. Newton Chevrolet Buick GMC of Shelbyville, a Traditions team sponsor.
Just waiting here for the colors. We're just appreciate everybody joining us tonight on Stork Vision. Like we said, we got a lot of games going on. We'll be following them. Good Pasture 14, Boyd Buchanan 14. So that game's tightened up already. Sam's got it tightened up. Like we said, Maryville 21, Science Hill 3. And Jefferson County's beating Cleveland 14-6.
And if I had to pick 3 lower seeds on that list to win tonight, Maryville is definitely one that you'd give me that I think could pull that one off, and looks like so far they're on the way to that. Another one that I like, Rockville going to Mount Juliet. You know,
I like that game.
I think that after what Green Hill did to Mount Juliet last week, you know, I think Rockville, if they come out now, Brennan Mayhew had to come out of that game hurt last week, so it's going to depend on what his status is tonight. on whether or not Rockville can win that ball game. But I think if he's healthy and good to go, they definitely have a shot. And then the third one that I really look for, I think I like Independence over Smyrna on the road. Smyrna, just for whatever reason, they've been snake bit these past couple of years when they're getting into the first, second round of the playoffs. So I know that they're hosting and went on an incredible run to end the year, winning 6 ball games in a row after starting the year 0-4. But I like Independence to come in there, and that ought to be a really, really tight one.
Just a few things there on the screen. I didn't like that. We're staring down at about 14 minutes and 23 seconds before we're going to get underway here at Tomahawk Stadium. Like we said, we appreciate Matt Gillespie, Corey Steneker down at NFHS in Hotlanta, Georgia, and appreciate everybody letting us come out and continue our broadcast here as we're at Week 12, Game 11 here in the state of Tennessee, or other known as Round 1 of the playoffs. And we're going to run that 48 minutes tonight under that waning gibbous, and that'll be it'll be an interesting matchup, as we said. And we're really excited about being here. We appreciate you joining us, and hopefully we're blowing your doors out tonight.
It's amazing to think that we're already here in Week 1 of the playoffs. And looking back, Stork, what would you say some of your favorite moments from this regular season were?
Just getting home safely, I would say, from Center Grove.
That's right.
That starts off. No, we took a long trip up to Indianapolis and was able to go up there. And I think, had a lot of fun. No doubt, and people ask why I do it all the time. It's it's basically because we enjoy doing it. We have a good time. There's a lot of things I guess I could do on Friday night, and this is what I want to do, and they just called us out, and so they are giving us our due diligence here tonight. But no, I would say that the biggest thing is just the people and the support you get. It's a lot of fun to help the kids out. You only get to play high school football one time in your life, and it means a lot to these kids to hear their name, and to hear the play-by-play back up against the video. It means a lot to them, and it's just a part of it. We're a team, and we have a lot of fun, and we get to go out afterwards, and that isn't the reason why you do it, but you do it just because, I don't know, something about high school football in the state of Tennessee. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a very unique environment. I mean, there's nothing like it, especially when you get to this time of year. This is always, these games they're so special. And I enjoy getting to go back and kind of rekindle some of the rivalries that you see year by year. You don't always think about it, but man, when you look at games like that Blackman and Rockville game, I mean, that was a lot of fun to be able to do a game like that. And, even Week 1 here when we started, it was right here at Riverdale when they played against the Smyrna Bulldogs. It
was a great game.
It's just been such a fun ride, and year by year it feels like they go by faster and faster. But like you said, we do it for the kids. That's the biggest reason. You want to get these kids' names out there as much as you can, and we know they've got family members that may live, 2-3 days away in drive time. I mean, they could live all the way out in California for all we know. So it's always
Dean
a lot
Fox
of fun.
Could be hovering in California.
That's right.
Right
He
now.
could be.
We just don't know that yet.
I hope he's hovering,
I
because
hope he's hovering.
it's not a lot of fun to fight with that traffic out there. That's for sure.
Now time for the Riverdale High School Marching Band and the presentation of colors here at Riverdale.
For the presentation of colors and our national anthem. The colors are being presented this evening by the Riverdale JROTC Detachment. The State Guard, Cadet Sergeant Jayden D. Yarman. The State Flag, Cadet Sergeant Rowan Arvidson. National Guard, Cadet Sergeant Katie Keedy. Carrying our nation's colors and carrying our national flag, Cadet Sergeant Zoe Clark. Our national anthem being performed this evening by the Riverdale Warrior Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing until our nation's colors have cleared the playing surface.
Riverdale High School, one of the last high schools here in Rutherford County that actually has natural grass.
That's right. It's Riverdale,
Rockville,
Rockvale, and Laverne, I think, are it.
that's it. The rest of them all have turf.
Smyrna now has turf. Yeah. They're getting that nice new SRM facility.
Well, and I
pretty
think,
soon.
yeah, they're getting that
Thank
$5 million facility. Riverdale is working on turf right now.
Yep.
And, and the reason why you can just do so much more with it. I love the natural grass, but as you can see, it's starting to
just
turn. It's
when
tough
you-
to take care of.
Yeah,
but,
and
but
when you look at, it's just, I know it's a lot up front, but over the in the long run, it's just more cost effective because you got to think it ain't just a football team using this.
no,
I mean,
you
it's-
got lacrosse, you got
lacrosse,
soccer,
I
everything.
mean,
You
it's
got everything.
everybody. If you got field hockey, you got, I mean, it's anything.
Well, kids, years ago, this is where I got my brains beat in when I first started filming. I was filming down in Smyrna. Used to come down here in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, you name it, any of those years. I mean, we got our brains beat in. It was just as simple as that. Gary Rankin was the head coach, and Riverdale was a force to be reckoned with.
You knew when you were coming here, it was probably the end of the line.
Yeah, it was the end of the line. You knew you were going home after this. We got some scores rolling in. Father Ryan 7, Knox Catholic 14, Alcoa 28, Chucky Doak 6, Boyd Buchanan 14, Good Pasture 14. That's a great game, and that's going on down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Maribel's 21, Science Hill 3, Jefferson County 14, and Cleveland 8, and those games are all in the second quarter. Appreciate you, Sam, bringing those to us. And we're getting ready to go to work here at Tomahawk Stadium under
We got a
Wayne Gibbous.
couple of friends down there tonight. Cecil the Diesel from Mount Juliet, Tennessee's here covering the game tonight for the DNJ, and Helen's down there taking pictures, and our old friend Joe Spears is down there. You tried to kill him earlier this year, man.
Joe Spears. I tried to throw Joe Spears under the bus. That there was a hateful
said it was
letter.
his problem.
There was a hateful letter written to the TSSAA, and they were trying to figure out
He
who.
said Joe Spears is the author.
Joe Spears is the author.
Stork, you need to stop spreading rumors, man.
We have some fun with some of the media guys around here. So
they're our friends. We love them. They
Yeah.
love us. But
first time that Riverdale's been a number one seed in a long
it's
time.
been since 2011 was the last time. That was my junior year of high school, and I remember that game vividly. We played them at Blackman, and that game was for the region title, and Riverdale won that game 43 to, I think it was 38 was the final score over Blackman, and that's the last time that anybody not named Oakland has
Dean
been
Fox
a region champ.
sent us some notes. Would you pull?
Yeah,
those,
absolutely.
Pull that data.
Let's
guy-
get that out while getting close to as we're getting close to kickoff. Here we go, right here from the space capsule of Dean Fox. This series, this is the first meeting. Green Hill is 0-3 against Rutherford County teams, losing to Siegel in 2021 and 2022, and also losing in overtime this year. One of their three losses was to Laverne, 27-24. That was just a couple of weeks ago. In 2019, Green Hill played Laverne and Smyrna as an independent, losing both contests. They were not a part of the TSSAA yet. About the Hawks, Green Hill is stronger than most number 4 seeds. They finished 7-3, 4-2 in Region 3-6A, despite 6-6A, despite beating Region champ Mount Juliet 35-3 last week. The Hawks finished as the number 4 seed. One other region has another 4 seed with a 7-3 record. The offense has been very steady, scoring at least 20 points in every game but one. The defense has been up and down with 2 shutouts and holding Mount Juliet to a field goal, but struggled in narrow losses to both Laverne and Cookeville. About Riverdale. Riverdale's dramatic win over Oakland last weekend gave the Warriors its first region champion win over Oakland since 2012 and gave them their first unbeaten in-region performance since 2011. For a team which once struggled to score consistently, their offense is scoring 44.7 points a game over its last 6 contests. In fact, Riverdale has scored 30 or more points in 10 of their last 13 games. This is the Warriors' 37th playoff appearance in school history, including 10 straight to go along with state titles in 1994, 1997, 2001, and 2004, all won, of course, by Gary Rankin as the head coach.
Yep.
The Warriors' last 2 seasons have ended in Lebanon, including last year's 41-34 loss in double overtime. You ask about the rest of the bracket. The 4 games that he's really looking forward to: Rockville, Mount Juliet, Independence, Smyrna, Collierville, Clarksville, and Maryville, Science Hill. All 4 games should be nail-biters. Rockville has a real chance tonight, he says. The Rockets have played a lot of tight games and have a great core. Let's get the captains real quick. For Riverdale, you have number 12, Braden Graham, 13, that's Ben Woodruff, number 97, Wyatt Higgins, and number 10, that's Joseph Guzman. On the other side, you have big number 52, that is Aiden Card, and then also number 20, that's Nico Duffy. We'll get
Mike
through the
Howell
rest of
wears the white hat. This crew's out of West Tennessee.
If Rockville does pull off the upset, it'll be up to Siegel to give Rutherford County a sweep. The Stars are probably a small underdog at Cookeville, but no one should be surprised if they get a win on the plateau, he says. The other 3 games should be decided late. Collierville-Clarksville could be a classic, and it'll be interesting to see how Maryville does in a road playoff game.
Riverdale has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. Green Hill will get the ball first. Green Hill's already come out of their banner. Going to line them up. We're going to go to work, kids. Buckle up.
Sorry, we always try to get you that, but we had to get you the coin toss. Can't have 2 eyes at once on the camera.
And here we go. Now, Spencer, if you'll pan down to that Riverdale banner, we'll get the Warriors coming out. There you go.
This is the time of year, I tell you what, as a former player, this is the time of year that you work all summer, all spring, running on that track in the 100-degree heat. This is what you work for. You work to get to the playoffs, and you got to have that mentality. 1-0, finish 1-0 every week.
Well, it says ding, ding, round 1. Here we go as we're waiting for them to gather together. It is week 12, game 11. Here comes the Riverdale Warriors. Dressed with that Vegas gold pants and that cardinal red shirt. Wearing the Vegas gold helmets with the arrow on the side. As they pierce the R in the middle of the field. We were here one game earlier this season, and that didn't go too well. They just literally threw the spear on the ground, and I think they replaced that warrior and his duties. All right, everybody, lady on the camera tonight, that's Jolie Spencer Montgomery. She'll be bringing you all your beauty shots. The guy on color tonight, he's from Los Angeles, California. He'll help me call this game. That's Anthony Fiorella. The guy that's hovering high above us from parts unknown, that's Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks. He'll be bringing us our stats. The guy will be pushing me all the scores tonight. That's our engineer. The guy developed the app. He writes the website called Stork Vision. That's Sam, the soccer man. Alcoa 35, Chucky Doak now 6. So Maryville putting their foot down, or Alcoa putting their foot down on Chucky Doak. Maryville's putting their foot down too, 28-3 right now on Science Hill. Boyd Buchanan now slipped ahead of Good Pasture, 21-14. Grayson County 14, Iroquois nothing. Knox Catholic 21, Father Ryan 7. Jefferson County 14, Cleveland 8. We're getting ready to roll here at Tomahawk Stadium, Tom Nolan Field.
Having a little logistical issue. They got to get the clock reset. before we can officially kick this one off.
Yeah, we're standing at all zeros right now.
The ticker says 7:01 p.m. Central Time, and we appreciate y'all joining us.
Yeah, the kicker for the Riverdale Warriors, that's going to be Khalil Armand. Back deep, Anthony. Can you handle that for me?
Yeah, I sure can. Man, it's hard to see.
Zoom in down there, Spencer. Zoom in. Zoom in. Green Hill receiving. Green Hill receiving. Far.
Yeah, down
right
there.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got number 0. That's Nick Owens. He is also their tailback. Thank you, Spencer.
Khalil Armand, an excellent kicker. Well, we can't get the clock reset all the way to 12 minutes, so we can go to work here. Logistics that we can't control. For once, it's not us, you all. So
You're right.
We'll
take solace in that, right?
There may have been a time in the.
It isn't me.
It may have been a time in the past where we might have been. Here we go. They've refired it.
Here we go. Got a little
what,
something going on.
Yeah, they turned it off and turned it back on, just like everybody else does. What do you do when you don't know what you're doing?
Shut it off.
Turn it off and turn it back on. See if it'll reset. I hope we don't have to keep this on the field. Well, we were just using it, so. And they may make him come up and run that from the press box, and they may not try to keep it on the field. You know, you go through so many logistics and things you got to prepare for on a Friday night, and then, I mean, you don't think to check.
Please stand by.
Okay.
They're telling us to stand by here at Tomahawk Stadium. I don't see the ref coming from the bottom yet. And, you know, that's something else is, too. You got to have so many refs to do a playoff game.
Yes.
And you know, if you look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think there's 8
5,
total.
yeah, 5.
We do have the
6.
rest of the. We've got the whole crew.
We got to see. Yeah, we got 3 down here in the end zone, 2 on the sideline, and 2 on the other side, and 3 on the other side.
We can get you all of their names. We do have the entire crew. Give me just a second. We know Michael Howell is our white hat tonight. Line judge is Chuck Grooms. Back judge is Tony Howell. Linesman Alan Lindsay. The other line judge Wayne Denny. The EOC, electronic clock operator, is Shane Stroud. Field judge James Wiseman. Side judge also is Richard Michael.
We're getting our clock situation fixed.
Not for sure what they're going to do.
Now,
Michael Howell will make that decision what they do.
Mr. Football Award is partnering with Alex Lemonade Stands to raise money for childhood cancer research.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, now we got it set. We got it at 12 minutes.
There we go.
Let's play football. All right, let's get the teams back out there. Let's get ready to go. Principal here at Riverdale's Tamara Blair. Director of Schools Dr. James Sullivan. We're going to run 48 minutes under a waning gibbous. Population here of Rutherford County is 360,000 people stretched across 624 square miles.
We have got a full crowd on both sides tonight.
It's playoffs. You
it's
should.
Playoff time.
Grayson County now 21, Iroquois now nothing. Grayson County putting their foot on the floor. Khalil Armand, who, if he's not up for Mr. Football, should be.
They just announced that he is a Mr. Football finalist.
Khalil Armand, and he is an excellent kicker. We've gotten a chance to see him.
He has started since his freshman year.
We are underway here at Riverdale.
That's Owens.
And the time is 7:05. Owens with the ball, 15, 20, 25, and up to the 23. Tackle made by number 20 for the Riverdale Warriors. That's Dakota Woodward.
Going to have pretty decent field position here to start for the Hawks. And, again, we talked about it earlier before the game. This is a young team, Stork. So a lot of these kids, this is their first playoff game. So it's going to be important early here to see, are they nervous? How are they going to respond to a situation like this?
Quarterback's going to be 6'3", Cannon Burrow. He wears number 18 for the Green Hill Hawks. They're going to run with 3 wide receivers. They flare 0 out, and that's Nick Owen Jr. Burrow looking to throw.
Tunnel screen.
Anthony, it looks like he wanted number 1 over there, Aaron Mattingly.
Yeah, and we talked about Mattingly. He's definitely the number 1 weapon on this offense. Right there, I mean, he just ran without the football. Nothing you could do there.
Clock stops. 2nd and 10 now for the Green Hill Hawks. Cannon Burrow, sophomore quarterback, gets back into that shotgun, and he'll operate out of that shotgun with 4 wide receivers and a single back out of the gun. They hand off to 0. That's Nick Owens Jr. Boy, he's wrapped up quickly, Anthony.
Yeah, really good job right there by Ryan Edmiston of fighting off of a block. He was the first one to get in there. And then Traylon Davis was there to actually bring him down. But a really good job by Edmiston there from his defensive end spot of getting in there quick.
3rd and 9, and they'll work with 4 wide receivers, and Cannon Burrows needs to get ahead of the chains as he's in a predicament right now with 11:17 left to go here in the first quarter on a 3rd and long situation. He'll work with a single back. That's Nick Owens Jr. Owens going to flare out to be the release. He looks at him, but he doesn't go with him. Ooh, and almost intercepted. I tell you what, number 4, Keyshawn Williams is right there, Anthony.
It's a good read right there by Burrows. Mattingly was in the soft spot of that zone coverage. He found a hole, but Burrows just put way too much on that football, a lot of zip on it, and overthrew him right there, and what would have been a first down if he takes a little more off of that.
Nico Duffy is the punter for the Hawks.
And Brock Montgomery is back deep for Riverdale. He is gotten a state championship at Friendship Christian.
Duffy gets it away with a little pressure from number 3, Jalen Thompson.
The Michigan State commit.
Yes, and going to get down to about the 31-yard line. That's where the Riverdale Warriors will start their offensive drive tonight under this waning Gibbous.
Man, and that's huge. That on the opening drive, their defense is able to get the 3 and out here at home, and now we are going to get to see this potent Riverdale offense for the first time tonight.
Braden Graham is the quarterback for the Riverdale Warriors. He wears number 12. Number 3, Jalen Thompson. JT's in there. You got number 4 also in there, Keyshawn Williams. He can do a lot of damage. I got 3 of the most deadliest wide receivers in Region 3 6A up on the line. Braden Graham operates from a shotgun. He's looking downfield, takes 2 steps, looking to throw.
Got plenty of time.
It loose. And boys, he's found number 4. That's Keyshawn Williams.
Yeah, and just a 4-man rush that time. And something that we've said multiple times this year that's been a big difference as well for the Riverdale offense, their offensive line play. No pressure coming that time. It's a 4-man rush. Braden Graham has all night to throw the football, and he's able to find his man for the first down.
Ball marked on the 49. Fresh set of 4 given to Braden Graham. They line up with 4 wide receivers and a single back. He'll work out of a shotgun, claps his fans, and lets it go. They hand off to number 14. That's DJ Taylor, and Taylor going to get about 5 yards. On the tackle will be number 50, and that's going to be Sebastian Cruz.
Yeah, and a little bit of a different look you'll get out of both of these backs. DJ Taylor, a little bit more downhill than Isaiah Verser is. Verser will dance around a little bit more, but going to be important to get the 2 of them going early as well, because that takes away from the Green Hill defense being able to stack the box on you.
Vanderbilt Montgomery will work up at the top of the screen along with Woodruff. Braden Graham looking to throw. And he gets it to number 6. That's Brock Montgomery. Montgomery deadly with the ball in the hands. He's moving. Anthony, boys, he made it look easy. They got a flag, and they're going to have to call this one back. Probably a block in the back.
It's a hold, I believe, is what they're going to get on Braylon Vanderbilt that time.
All righty, let me check some scores here and see what's going on while they step that
No, they waved it off.
They waved it off. That's good. Turn my volume up just a little bit, all righty? Let me give you all a little more juice, all right? See if that's better, Sam. Okay. They're going to operate with 5 wide receivers. Braden Graham's going to operate from a shotgun. He's got Verser in there.
No, it's Taylor.
DJ Taylor, yeah. Graham cuts it loose. Oh, he's a little rich. He wanted Ben Woodruff, and I just called his name, Anthony.
Yeah, and that time, man coverage, not a press, though. They're sagging off in coverage that time, so it's one-on-one. I mean, all you got to do is beat your man. If you can get the steps on him and you're open, which Woodruff was, that's a touchdown if Braden Graham's able to hit him in stride.
2nd and 10, ball marked on the 30-yard line. Boyd Buchanan's beating Goodpasture 21-14. Maryville still ahead of Science Hill 28-3. Graham will operate out of a shotgun with 4 wide receivers. 3 down here closest to us with DJ Taylor. Graham hands off to DJ Taylor. DJ Taylor looking for a little something, and it's not there, Anthony. It's going to bring up a 3rd down situation.
Something that's been really interesting personnel-wise for the Green Hill defense on this first drive, a lot of defensive backs on the field, Stork. You can tell.
Well, they run out of a 4-2-5.
Yeah, you can tell that game plan, though, they're coming out a little 3-3 stack as well, and instead of bringing in that extra linebacker, they're bringing in an extra defensive back. So you can tell the game plan for them is got to take away the deep ball downfield.
Vanderbilt and Keyshawn Williams line up down here next to us, and Graham operates out of a shotgun. 2-step drop, looks, flips it, and it's intercepted. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. It's pick 6, Anthony. That's number 21 for the Green Hill Hawks, and that's Will Milner.
Wow, and what a play for Milner right there. Riverdale driving that time, and the junior Milner, he just stepped right in there. I mean, they're in zone coverage, and his job is cover anything in the flat. They're throwing to the tight end over there in the flat. They're trying to get it to him, and I don't know if Graham just didn't see him or what the deal was, but, I mean, he just threw it right to him, and there was plenty of green grass in front of him. And if you're a Green Hill Hawks fan, that is exactly the type of thing that you need to happen in a playoff game like this, and it looks like they're going to go for 2.
Little swinging gate, touchdown Milner, touchdown Hawks, Green Hill Hawks. Little swinging gate right here on this PAT. Your kicker is Caden Chandler. So we'll see Caden Chandler. He should be wearing number 82. The holder is Dallas Jackson. The long snapper is Talon Jackson. So Jackson, and Chandler.
That sounds like a music group.
It sounds like a law firm to me. Jackson. Here we go. All 3 look pretty good. They're up 7-0. Green Hill Hawks.
Why don't we go ahead and call them the law firm the rest of the night?
Yeah, the law firm. That. Yeah, the law firm.
Like I just said, though, Stork, I mean, if you're Green Hill, a young team on the road in the playoffs, going against a team from Rutherford County that's a powerhouse, this is exactly the type of thing that you've got to have happen. You've got to create turnovers. You've got to make big plays if you're going to win this ball game, and they did exactly that.
Got some scores from around the area. Smyrna's on top of Independence 3-0. Stewart's Creek's beating Ravenwood 7-0.
Oh.
Knox Catholic's on top of Father Ryan 21-14. Grayson County's ahead of Iroquois 21-0. Alcoa 42. Chucky Doak 6. And we have no other scores to report to you at this time. Appreciate everybody joining us. Principal here at Riverdale's Tamara Blair. Director of Schools Dr. James Sullivan. And those stats should be coming in from Copernicus here shortly on that interception. And as we still got 8 minutes and 28 seconds to work with in this first quarter. So a lot of time left here on Friday night, round 1 of the playoffs. We appreciate you, the fan, joining us. And the kicker is Caden Chandler for the Green Hill Hawks. And Anthony, who's back deep for Riverdale, I can't see.
It is... I'll be able to tell you here in a second once he turns around. Onside.
Onside. Ooh, boy, what a hit. Man, did you see that hit?
Oh, man, but right there, that could have been that's
dangerous.
Oh, yeah, very dangerous.
21 recovered it for Riverdale, Traylon Davis.
The onside kick by
Wow.
Green Hill did not travel.
Boy, Josh Crouch is pulling out all the stoppers.
Yeah, I was going to say the ball didn't make it 10 yards, but if Riverdale would have touched it, that's still a live football. So he did a good job of not only not touching the football, that was Gibson Frost, but Riverdale's going to get great field position now.
All righty, Graham will operate from a shotgun with DJ. No, they've got number 3. That's Jalen Thompson in there. They tried to go with Jalen Thompson, number 3, and it was a debacle and a disaster on play number 1. It's second down, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, trying to get Thompson involved in the offense, doing what they can to get him the football there. That time they line him up in the backfield and try to hit him on the swing pass and just isn't able to reel it in.
It was a recipe for disaster. 2nd and 10 now for the Riverdale Warriors, and the ball's marked just on the 48-yard line. Green Hill got a lot of momentum right now, kids. Very impressed with Josh Crouch having this team ready to go. They put 4 wide receivers on the line, and Graham works from a shotgun. DJ Taylor with the football right now as he works up and gets a little bit of it, about 3 yards.
DJ Taylor on the run.
And at the end of that play, big number 66, Alex Mesa, is doing a little surfing over the defensive tackle, 51 from Green Hill, Bladen Flackle.
Jackson Crawford was there on the stop, number 10 for the Green Hill Hawks. Graham will work from a shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Claps, and now
both guys
pointing
at each other here, so we'll
chippy.
see who jumped first.
It's going to be 5 yards one way or the other. They're telling them to move it forward. It's going to be on Green Hill. They're going to march it forward 5 yards. Offsides on Green Hill. Makes that 3rd down a lot more manageable right now.
Mesa and Flackle that we just talked about. They got in a little bit of a tussle on that last play, and that makes it a much more manageable 3rd and 2 for Riverdale now, who will surely probably change their play call.
They send Woodruff and number 5, Montgomery up to the top. Braden Graham. Looks like that's number 6. I just called his name Brock Montgomery.
Yeah, and on that concept right there, all hitches. You go 5 yards, turn around, expect the football to be there. That's exactly what they do, and they executed it to perfection.
Ball's now marked on the 25-yard line. Fresh 7-4 given to the Riverdale Warriors and Braden Graham, the quarterback. They pulled the chains tight. Ball's marked on the 25. And he's going to work with 4 wide receivers and a single back out of a gun. That's DJ Taylor to the right of him. Graham hands it off to DJ Taylor. And boy, he's wrapped up quickly. I mean, met by that Green Hill defense. They're feisty.
Yeah, and I think that was
I'm going to give it to number 50,
off the bottom.
Sebastian Cruz.
I was waiting on him to come up off the bottom. You're exactly right. Sebastian Cruz, the senior defensive tackle. He plays a little bit of linebacker every now and again as well.
2nd and 10.
6:42 left to go here in the first quarter on a 2nd and 11 now for the Riverdale Warriors. They're going to keep Brock Montgomery up there at the top of the screen. They got Keyshawn Williams down here at the bottom along with number 7, Braylon Vanderbilt. Graham, now he's going to split number 3, Jalen Thompson out. Thompson. He's looking for Thompson. He gets it to Thompson. Thompson's at the 20, at the 25, at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Jalen Thompson. Touchdown, Riverdale.
Well, in that time, the Green Hill defense brought pressure. Braden Graham knew exactly what to do. He had that hitch on the outside, so he's got to wait. Let those linebackers get sucked into you, then let go of the football. There's only 3 men downfield that could possibly bring Thompson down. And when you get a kid that electric with the football in his hands, you just let him do the rest. A really good response right there from Riverdale after getting punched in the mouth on a pick 6 on the opening drive.
Luke Smith the hold, and Khalil Armand misses it, so that could come into factor. Is it 7-6, Anthony?
Yeah, Green Hill going to keep the lead here now. So I'm not sure what exactly happened there. I don't think that it was blocked, but there may have been a little bit of an issue with, I think it was the holder, number 15, Luke Smith. Something may have happened there, I believe, because it did not look like that thing got blocked.
Well, either way, it's 7-6, and Green Hill's on top right here at Tomahawk Stadium with 6:09 left to go here in the first quarter. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John.
Well, and now what we're going to see is a well-rested Green Hill offense and a well-rested Riverdale defense. It's been a minute since both of these units have been on the field, so we'll see what type of adjustments each team has made.
Appreciate you, the fan, joining us tonight here on NFHS and Stork Vision. We're in full team tonight.
Kicking off for the Warriors, Khalil Armand.
All right, Khalil Armand will kick from the 40.
Deep to receive.
We'll see what Green Hill can do with it, kids. Round one of the playoffs. Somebody's going to put their helmet up here a little later on. Taking it to 5, now at the 10, now at the 15, now at the 20, now at the 25, coming up to about the 27, and that's where the Green Hill Hawks will start their offensive drive.
They went 3 and out to open the ball game. They had the first possession and had a couple of guys open, but wasn't able to catch the football.
Nick Owens on the return for the Hawks. And they'll start from about 28-yard line. 1st and 10 with the sophomore quarterback, Kaden Burrows. He's going to operate with 4 wide receivers out of a shotgun, and he's in a single gun. He gives it off to number 0, and that's the guy just ran it back, Nick Owens Jr. Not a whole lot there, Anthony.
Yeah, and when you look at this offensive front for the Green Hill Hawks, a young unit, but a unit that has some size, and they move well and they gel together, I think they're going to be really deadly next season for the Green Hill Hawks.
Gibson Frost was there on the stop. Burrow's going to work from a shotgun with 4 wide receivers. 3 down here by us. And they're going to try to get it out to Owen, and Owen slips, Anthony, and wasn't able to get his feet up underneath him, but was able to reel in the pass.
Yeah, Keyshawn Williams does a good job right there of recognizing where the football's going. They're in man coverage, and he actually jumps off of his man as soon as the football's thrown. Did a really good job of having his eyes in the 2 places at once. I will always say it. I think the toughest position to play on the field is cornerback outside of quarterback.
3rd and 7 now. Burrows just going to run it himself. It looks like he's going to be close to that first down. He got it. It works up to about the 41, and just a smart play there by the quarterback.
Yeah,
it's wide open and just take it.
That's a designed quarterback draw right there that time, Stork. You can tell when he takes that snap, acts like he's going to throw, and then immediately pulls it. That one was definitely a design draw, and it was a good play call by Coach Crouch from the offense.
Joe Smith there on the stop, and Cannon Burrows is on the run again. He's still on his feet, Anthony. It's number 11 for the Warriors. J.C. Haynes pushes him out of bounds on the far side of the field.
And having Burrows' ability to run the football is really going to help this offense get their running game going tonight.
It's going to keep them honest. Yeah. It's going to keep them honest. It's going to keep the linebackers at home. 2nd and 4 now for Cannon Burrows and the Hawks.
That's exactly right, Stork. You make a great point. As a linebacker, you've got to honor the quarterback being able to run the football.
Yeah, that's the reason why they like Tebow so much. He kept them honest. 2-step drop, looking to throw. He's got time. He's flushed out of the pocket. Boy, big number 39's got him, Anthony, and he's not going to let go. Morris.
Czar Nicholas Morris gets in there to make the sack, and that's just an effort sack right there. Stork never stopped fighting. Gets a little further upfield that time, puts a good club and rips through the tackle and is able to pursue Burrows, and Burrows felt the pressure, was trying to slide, but nobody's open downfield, and a big 3rd down now for Green Hill.
They line up with 4 wide receivers. They send Nick Owen out to make the 5th one. He's in an empty backfield. That's Cannon Burrows, the sophomore, 6'3". He's got the football, and he's on the run, Anthony. They're looking to get him. Oh, he's fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now 54 has covered it back up for the Green Hill Hawks, and that's going to be Jonah Parker, a senior, and keeping it from really getting out of control.
Yeah,
but be able to punt it. You're going to be able to punt it.
Exactly right. I mean, right there, a great job by the Riverdale secondary. There was just nothing open downfield until the very last second, and Burrows was just, he would have had to throw across his body. There's no way it would have happened. And when that ball came out that time, Edmiston was real close to recovering it, and they get lucky. They're going to be able to punt this one away.
Riverdale sent a little heat last time against Nico Duffy, the Hawk punter, whose feet are back resting just on the 18.
Ooh, not a good punt.
And they send a little more heat, but he's going to get a fantastic roll, and it's going to get down to about the, let's call it the 45 and a half.
And maybe a 23, 24-yard punt that time
That's not
for
what you
Duffy.
want.
And, yeah, not what you want right there. You do not want to play the field position game with an offense that's scoring nearly 45 points a game.
They were moving the ball against Riverdale, and them wasn't able to do anything with it to put some points on the board, and that's the most important thing you've got to understand about the playoffs. There is no next week, so you've got to be able to put some points on the board. Cookeville 7, Siegel 7, Grayson County 37, Iroquois nothing, Alcoa 42, Chucky Doak now 6. Let me see, Oakland 3, Gallatin nothing, Eagleville 7, West Carroll nothing, Mount Juliet 7, Rockville nothing. Those are some scores that are current. 1st and 10 now for the Riverdale Warriors and Braden Graham. He's going to operate with DJ Taylor. He's got Vanderbilt, Brock Montgomery up at the top of the screen. Keyshawn Williams down here by us, along with Vanderbilt. Let's see what he does. He splits Taylor over to the left of him at that single gun. Pulls it, play action, looking to throw. Scrambling, looking. He's just going down, Anthony. Going down.
Yeah, and right there, I mean, just nothing you can do. Like we saw it on the last drive when Riverdale got their sack. Great coverage downfield by Green Hill, who we questioned their secondary coming into this game, and so far in the first quarter, it's what's really kept them in this ball game. They get the pick six. They haven't given up a big play downfield in a deep pass anyways, and their secondary is keeping them in this ball game right now, and they're ahead by 1.
Braden Flackall, number 51, was there on the sack, and now he's made it 2nd and 15 for the Riverdale Warriors. Graham operating out of a shotgun, 4 wide receiver, sends DJ Taylor out, and now they throw it to number 4. That's Keyshawn Williams. Williams
going to get well past the original line of scrimmage to at least now make it a 3rd and 7. And that was a good job by Williams on that tunnel screen of feeling where the defender was and coming to get that football.
Brock Montgomery at the top of the screen. Graham works out of a shotgun. You got Woodruff along with Braylon Vanderbilt and Keyshawn Williams down here by us. Graham. 2-step drop, looking to throw, cuts it loose.
Oh, man.
He completes it to Woodruff. Woodruff's got it at the 40. Woodruff's got it at the 35, the 30, the 25. He's foot tackled out of bounds, Anthony, on the far side of the field. Looks like number 31 was there.
It was great coverage that time by Robert Chenot, the senior from Green Hill. I mean, he's all over Woodruff, and that time, that just shows you how talented of an arm Braden Graham has. He's got to fit that thing in a tight window to get it to where Woodruff can catch it, and does just that.
1st and 10 now for Graham as chain gang moves. Boxman resets. DJ Taylor's going to line up on the right. Woodruff's in the slot. DJ Taylor coming this way, you all. He's up to the 25 looking and goes right into that Green Hill Hawk defense. Number 31 was there on the stop for Green Hill, Cooper Buckner.
Yeah, Buckner, the linebacker that time, does a good job in play recognition. He sees outside zone, all those offensive linemen trying to reach, get their hats outside, and Buckner does a good job of fighting over the top of the block to get to the football.
Graham waiting for the play to come in.
Got 30 seconds left here in this first quarter, as you can see in the bottom left-hand side of your screen.
Keyshawn Williams and along with Brock Montgomery at the top of the screen. Graham operates out of the shotgun, hands it off DJ Taylor. He goes right up the middle, Anthony, for about 7 yards.
Yeah, power play that time. They pull the guard, and the guard's able to get over and kick out that defensive tackle. Nobody's there until the linebackers who were at the second level. Good run there.
51 on the tackle. That's Braden Flackall.
I think that's going to get us to the end of the first quarter. We're going to flip the field.
Appreciate everybody joining us tonight on the broadcast, sponsored by John Jones Real Estate. Appreciate Matt Gillespie from the TSSAA, Corey Steneker from NFHS. Jolly Spencer's doing a great job on that camera. Going to give you some scores here coming around the state. Right now at the half, Boyd Buchanan 21, Good Pasture 14. At the half, Maryville 28, Science Hill 3. At the half, Jefferson County 21, Cleveland 8. At the half, Knox Catholic 21, Father Ryan 14. Gallatin has now tied Oakland in the second quarter, 3-3. Collinwood 14, McEwen nothing. Cookville 14, Siegel 7. Grayson County 44, Iroquois nothing. Germantown 13, West Creek 0. Eagleville 7, West Carroll 0. Mount Juliet 7, Rockville nothing. Smyrna 3, Independence nothing. Alcoa 42, Chucky Doak 6. Briarcrest Christian 0, Brentwood Academy 13. We have no other scores to report to you. Appreciate you joining us. And those first quarter stats should be coming in here real soon from Copernicus, hovering high above us. Riverdale with great field position on the third down situation. You can see it. It's 3rd and 2 as the line up on that far side of the field. All right. Graham operates from a shotgun. Number 4, Keyshawn Williams in motion. Tried to give it to Keyshawn. Wasn't a whole lot there, was
Yeah,
it?
really good job right there by number 51, Braden Flackel. That's his 3rd stop of the night already. This is going to bring up an important 4th down. You can kick it from here, but do they decide to do that?
Yeah, you really need 6 at this point in the stage of the game when you're in playoffs. Anytime you get the ball, you want to get 6 points. I mean, it's just very important because you're not going to get that many possessions.
Watch the football here, too. They could be going with a hard count as well.
Well, they got Braden Graham. They got the quarterback in there, and they got 5 wide receivers on the line. He's looking to throw on a 4th down. He cuts it loose. Threw it too high, Anthony. He threw it too high. He turned it over on downs. 1st and 10 now for Green Hill.
Well, and that's a great stop there by the Green Hill defense. One of the keys to the game for them, I talked about pregame, when you get a short field, when you get 3rd and longs, when you get 4th downs, Riverdale's going to move the ball. But in situations like that, you've got to get off the field, and they did just that time. And they still are hanging on to a 1-point lead, and their offense is coming out to try to make it more.
Well, and, the sophomore quarterback, Caden Burrows, he's first playoff game he's ever been in, and he's doing okay. And Riverdale's turned it over once on an interception. 3 wide receivers. They hand off to, is that Owen?
Mm-hmm.
They hand it off to Owen.
He's going to be close to that 1st down.
They're excited. They're pumped up. They got some momentum, Anthony. They feel it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna...
This would be arguably the biggest win in school history if Green Hill could pull this one off.
3 wide receivers, and Cannon Burrows is a quarterback. He operates from a shotgun, hands back off to Nick Owen. And
that time it was number 6. That's Ethan Choate, the backup.
Oh.
He had a good game last week against Mount Juliet as he gets his first carry of the night, and that gets him a 1st down.
Choate wears number 6, and he's still in there. Sorry about that. He's got used to Owen running that ball. Cannon Burrow lines up with Choate to the left of him, and they got 3 wide receivers and 1 in the slot. Fakes it, throws it, almost intercepted there, Anthony.
Man.
But they complete it to number 2, and that's Dallas Jackson.
Yeah, Jalen Thompson. I mean, he read that thing from the get-go, and if he's able to catch that ball, he's going the other way for 6 points. That was a good throw by Burrow to be able to fit it through there.
Burrow operates from a shotgun, 3 wide receivers, and he's got 1 back right behind him, and that's going to be Owen.
It is Owen that time, and he's brought down by Ryan Edmiston, the weak side linebacker that time. Good-looking drive so far for Green Hill. They're moving the football well. Still haven't called Mattingly's name much. He's down here as the receiver at the bottom of your screen, matched up with Keyshawn Williams.
2nd and 6, and they're keeping the clock moving also, Anthony. He'll operate from a shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Claps, fakes the handoff, spins out of it, throws it downfield, and he completes it to number 11, and that's going to be Braden Jones.
They come out of the pistol set that time, and they run that naked bootleg to the right. That means that guard's not pulling to go out and block that outside linebacker. It's just the quarterback going out there by himself. A guy that used to be really good at that, Arizona State and NFL quarterback, Jake Plummer, made a great living off of that. He looked just like Jake the Snake that time.
Burrows operates from a shotgun. They hand it off to number 2. That's Dallas Jackson on a jet sweep.
JoJo Smith on the stop now.
2nd down,
And
2nd and 7. Go ahead.
You kind of see the tempo as well. They're moving quick, trying to get to the line, get their plays in quickly. I mean, you're not going as fast as a Chip Kelly type of offense right now, but some urgency from Green Hill on this drive, and it's working well for them.
3 wide receivers are up on the line of scrimmage for Caden Burrows
comes
to
pressure.
use his weapons. Showing that linebacker blitz.
Yeah, they may have to black it off now. That was Brock Montgomery.
Yeah.
That time it looked like.
Burrow, hands off, coming this way. That went with choke there, and it's not there, Anthony.
Yeah, I meant JoJo Smith. I apologize. But, yeah, a good stop right there. That's what Riverdale needed. 1st and 2nd down, Green Hill
Actually, it's Owen.
Yeah, Green Hill has been getting very good yardage on 1st and 2nd down. This is their first 3rd and long of this drive. Huge for the Riverdale defense if they can get off the field here.
Well, it's 3rd and 8 now for the Hawks with 8:32 left to go here in the first half.
And if you like defense, man, so far this has been a good ball game for you.
3 wide receivers. They hand it off. They give it to Owen, and I don't know if he really wanted to do that on that. Now it's 4th down.
Well, it was late. It's an RPO that time. You have the opportunity there to do one of those 3 things, and we got a man down now, I think.
It's a Green Hill guy.
Yeah, it's an offensive lineman from Green Hill. We hope he's okay.
Appreciate our sponsor tonight. It's John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John.
3 different things you can do. You can obviously hand it off to the tailback, keep it yourself as a quarterback, or throw the ball downfield. And it was a late decision there, and it didn't work out well.
Up on the plateau, Cookville's beating Siegel 14-7.
That's going to be a close ball game for sure.
Germantown's on top. They're number 1 seed over in West Tennessee. They're beating West Creek 13-0. Mount Juliet's still up on top of Rockville 7-0.
All right, he's back up. That's big number 66, Ethan Harris. He is I'm sorry, that's Gavin Uhler. He is a sophomore.
Independence 0.
Smyrna 9, Independence 0.
Gallatin 3. Cookville 14, Siegel 7.
Yeah, we just reported that Cookville Siegel score.
Gallatin tied it up with Cookville.
No, Gallatin tied to Oakland 3-3.
That game going on the
Across
other
town.
side of town right now.
Across town, yeah. Well, they've switched. Now they've got number 6 in as the quarterback, don't they?
They're punting.
Oh, punting, sorry. They got Duffy in there. Nico Duffy, the punter.
Much better punt that time from Duffy. The last one, not the greatest.
I lost my track of downs there for a minute, Anthony.
Yeah,
You can do that.
Buddy.
You can do that.
It's 4th down now.
You can do that.
A good punt there by Duffy. They pin him inside the 10, and if Riverdale wants to get into the end zone, it's going to have to go 92 yards on this drive.
Well, and they got plenty of time with 7:46 left to go here in the first half at Tomahawk
Yeah,
Stadium.
this is the exact type of thing you want for the Riverdale offense.
Because
You
they
want a
deferred.
slow-
They deferred.
Yeah.
And then they get the ball coming out.
If you have a slow, methodical 4 or 5 minute drive here, that would be perfect for you if you can get 7 out of it.
Graham hands off right up the middle, Anthony. They give it to DJ Taylor, and he's going to get about 6-7 yards.
Yeah, and we still have not seen Isaiah Verser yet in this ball game. Don't know if maybe there's something up with him, but
He was a little dinged up, and I guess that's the reason why they're running a heavy dose of DJ Taylor. 4 wide receivers is what Graham's got as his weapons. They're all up on the line. Graham, audibles. 3 at the top of the screen and 1 down here all by himself, and that would be number 6, Brock Montgomery. And Keyshawn Williams, Braylon Vanderbilt, and all them up at the top of the screen along with Woodruff. Graham looking to throw. Who'd I mention? Ran right underneath of it, didn't he, Anthony? Brock Montgomery, number 6.
And you had to know it was going to come at some point. Sometimes you just got to be patient, and the Riverdale offense has been patient. They get man coverage that time. He's working down there on number 37. That's Gabe March, who's playing corner tonight, normally a safety. And Brock Montgomery's able to be patient, get under that football, and make a great catch on the deep ball.
They stick with the same formation. Montgomery's down here by himself. Braden Graham gets it to Woodruff. Woodruff still on his feet. Man, he gets about 11 yards, Anthony.
And Woodruff's been very active here in this first half. He's a kid that really has been quietly having a great season in that wide receiving corps, Stork.
Absolutely. They send number 4 to the top. That's Keyshawn Williams. DJ Taylor's going to line up to the left of Braden Graham. And we got 3 wide receivers down here at the bottom. Graham's going to look at his Keyshawn Williams. Touchdown, Keyshawn Williams. Touchdown, Riverdale Warriors.
Wow. Again, man coverage, and it's a go route. That time on the top of the screen, it looked like it was number 12, Nick Moore, was the defensive back, or excuse me, that was number 2, Dallas Jackson, the defensive back, and Keyshawn Williams just outruns him that time, and a good throw by Graham. And for the first time tonight, the Riverdale Warriors are now on top.
Frost to snap. And Khalil Armand has split the up. No, he's missed it again. Luke Smith was the holder. And I'm sure Will Kreisky's will want to know what's wrong with that battery right there.
I don't know that we have ever seen
Khalil Armand miss
extra
2
points.
PATs.
Yeah, that's got to be a
It's
first.
a long time. I guarantee it's been a long time for him. With 6:28 left to go here in the first half, Warriors on top, 12-7.
Yeah, and those 2 points, man, that can make a difference later on. That's for sure.
Hopefully our broadcast is going okay for you tonight. The Fan is our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Appreciate Corey Steneker down in Atlanta with NFHS. Matt Gillespie with the TSSAA. Letting us have a little fun here in Week 12, Game 11, or Round 1 of the playoffs.
And now this time with Green Hill trailing in the ball game for the first time. Here we go. Like we talked about, this is a young team, doesn't have as much playoff experience. How do these kids respond when they're in a situation like this on the road, trailing in the playoffs?
Now, Khalil Armand's going to kick off for the Riverdale Warriors. Anthony, can you tell me who's back deep? Normally it's Owen and
It is.
and Braden Jones usually, 11-0. I can't see.
That's who you got.
It's Khalil Armand puts that right foot into it. We're back underway here at Tomahawk Stadium. Ball bounces just at about the 14.
And I think,
Is that Owen?
yeah,
It's Owen. Owen on the return. He's going to get it up to about the 28-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. Let's say 29. 28 and a half. All right. 1st and 10 now for Green Hill, and if you're Green Hill, you want to get those points back. I mean, you don't want to get too far behind, and you sure don't want to give the ball back to the Riverdale Warriors. Cannon Burrows is a quarterback. He wears number 18. He's done a good job so far tonight. They line up with a single back just to the left of him. That's Owen. They completed out to number 2. That's
Ball's
Dallas
on the
Jackson.
ground.
And now Riverdale's got it. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Dallas Jackson got it, then dropped it. He's frustrated,
It was
Anthony.
recovered by the linebacker, number 42, Anthony Gunn, who's in the ball game as a sophomore.
Boy, he'll remember that for the rest of his life. Playoff and you recover a fumble.
Boy,
1st and 10.
that's huge right there that they're
Yeah.
able to punch that ball out
Yeah.
because that was a first down that time that Jackson had.
Yep. Now it's 1st and 10 for Graham, and they put the Green Hill defense back out on the field, Fiorello. And now they've got 5 wide receivers, and Graham's going for the juggler. He counts the figures, claps his hands. He's looking downfield. He's going to run it. That's a dangerous decision. Tackle made by number 42 for Green Hills, and that's going to be Cale Burrows.
I think we're going to have a hold here. Yeah.
Cale Burrows wears number 42. He was there on that stop, and he's got to be the brother to the sophomore quarterback, Cannon Burrows.
Yeah, and one thing that we talked about last week, Stork, was Riverdale has been a team that they've racked up some penalty yards this year,
they know how to put a flag on the field, kids.
But so far tonight, done a pretty good job in that department.
This
is their first one, so
normally they get several 10-yard penalties and 15-yard penalties, but yet to get
doing a lot better job of playing more disciplined and a much cleaner game.
4 wide receivers for Braden Graham. He takes a snap and passes and completes it out to Keyshawn Williams on that left side. Keyshawn's still on his feet, Anthony. He's got 15, and he's looking to get 20, and there's about 4 or 5 guys around him, and they still can't get him on the ground.
Just fighting and fighting and fighting. That's what this wide receiver corps does. They do not only a good job of making spectacular plays, but grinding it out and getting those yards after the catch that are so important.
Thatcher Davis there on the stop. Chain gang moves. Boxman resets. Braden Graham is handed it off to D.J. Taylor, and D.J. Taylor's on the run. He's up to the 10. He's up to the 5. He's up to the 3, Anthony.
Wow, and that time defensively for Green Hill, they were all sorts of confused, and Riverdale did a good job of taking advantage of that. They moved quickly, and they're doing it again here.
Tackle made by number 19, Carlos Owens. D.J. Taylor lines up to the left of Braden Graham. Handed off to D.J. Taylor. D.J. Taylor.
He's in.
He goes in the end zone. Touchdown, D.J. Taylor. Touchdown, Riverdale Warriors.
Boy, and defense turns into offense. That time, the Riverdale defense able to get itself a turnover. They punch the ball out of Dallas Jackson's hands, and 4 plays later, they find themselves in the end zone, and they make it a 2-possession game.
Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Khalil Armand on to kick the PAT on an untimed down under a waning gibbous.
And this Riverdale offense, they may have found something with that tempo.
Snap, hold, kick. Well, we're back on track. It's good,
There
Anthony.
19-7 is your score. I don't know if I've ever seen that one before. That's a different one. A little scoregami for you.
There you go.
But yeah, I think they may have found something with that hurry-up offense there, because Green Hill's defense was all out of sorts. That second-to-last run, I thought they may have even gotten away with a 12-men-on-the-field penalty.
I got some scores for you. Boyd Buchanan 21, Good Pasture 14, Maryville 28, Science Hill 3, Jefferson County 21, Cleveland 6, Knox Catholic 21, Father Ryan 14, Smyrna 9, Independence nothing, Stewart's Creek 14, Ravenwood 7.
Oh, wow.
Oakland 3, Gallatin 3, Collinwood 14, McEwen nothing, Cookville 14, Siegel 7, Grayson County 44, Iroquois nothing, Germantown 13, West Creek 0, Eagleville 7, West Carroll 0, Mount Juliet 7, Rockbell 0, Alcoa 42, Chucky Doak is 6, Brentwood Cane Ridge no score, Brentwood Academy 13, Briarcrest Christian 0. And that's all we got going on tonight. Kick is underway, called at the 3-yard line. Bobble picked up at the 5, now at the 10, now at the 15, now at the 20, and now up to the 22-yard line. That's where Green Hill will start, as Owen was there on the return for the Green Hill Hawks.
If you're Green Hill, Stork, I know it's still fairly early in this ball game as we're getting a little bit closer to halftime, but you've got to respond here on this drive, down 2 possessions. You've got to get something out of it.
Yeah, and because Riverdale's going to get the ball coming out at the start of the second half here on Tomahawk, on Warrior Drive, Tomahawk Stadium. Burrow operates out of a shotgun. Low snap. He hands it off.
It's Choate that time on the carry.
Number 6, Choate on the carry. They're going to be wrapped up by that Riverdale defense. Number 21 was in there on the stop. Let's give it to him, Anthony Traylon Davis.
outside zone that time. Gets him about 3 yards on first down.
They stick with Choate in there as the tailback. He's going to operate with 3 wide receivers. Cannon Burrows with his feet just on the 20-yard line. He operates out of a shotgun. Fakes it to Choate, looking downfield. Cuts it loose, and he did complete it, and that's number 1, Aaron Mattingly.
That's the first time we've called his name tonight, Aaron Mattingly. His first catch of the night. They've got to find a way to get him going.
Chain gang moves, boxman resets, and a fresh set of 4 given to the sophomore 6'3" quarterback. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. He operates out of a shotgun, claps his hands, and hands off to Choate. Choate coming this way. He's at the 40, at the 45, and rests now just at the 47-yard line. Number 39 was there on the stop for the Riverdale Warriors. Morris.
That was a good job that time by Choate, who's going to come out of the ball game for a breather, of working his way outside the tackle box and breaking tackles downfield to get the first down.
They bring Nick Owens Jr. in. He wears number 0. He's to the left, and now Burrow's going to take it on a quarterback keeper. Works up to the 50. Now he brings it into Warrior territory, and he's got the first down, Anthony.
Missed tackles. Again, they're trying to arm tackle, and you can't arm tackle some of these kids. And Keyshawn Williams is going down here at the bottom of your screen. I think he's got a little bit of a cramp or something.
Yeah, he's got a cramp.
On.
He's going to get some fluids in him. On 1st and 10 now for Green Hill, and Green Hill's put together a pretty good little offensive run, and now that kind of jerks the steam out of you, Anthony, when they call timeout on you.
Yeah, that could kill the momentum. That is for sure.
Ball marked just on the 42-yard line. Appreciate you, the fan, joining us, and I hope we are doing a good job of bringing you the action here in Week 12, Game 11, or Round 1 of the playoffs. We have no idea if we'll be back next Friday night. We just have to get some marching orders. Normally we stay in Rutherford County, but Rutherford County got to win. Rutherford County's got to win. That's a big if and a what. Well, Michael Howell cranks that left arm as he is left-handed and puts that clock back underway. The handoff to Owen, now reverse, now back to Burrow.
There it
Burrow's
is.
going to cut it loose. He's got a man wide open, and guess who it is? It's Aaron Mattingly. Touchdown, Green Hill.
The old double reverse pass gets him into the end zone, and it's playoff time. That's what you got to do. You got to open up the playbook and pull out all the stops that time. He executed it perfectly. Aaron Mattingly on a post pattern. The safety's bid on the double reverse. Nobody's there, and he's wide open. And they're an extra point away from making this a 5-point game.
Talon Jackson is your long snapper. Dallas Jackson is the holder. So Jackson and Chandler, the law office, getting ready to try to add one more and bring themselves closer to the Riverdale Warriors. It's ugly.
I don't know that he made that one. He didn't.
Ugly.
We've had 3 missed extra points tonight.
Ugly. 3:20 left to go. 19-13 here at Tomahawk Stadium just off Warrior Drive.
I don't know that I've ever seen a ball game that's had 3 missed extra points in it.
I have not.
I think that's a first for me.
Maybe in a youth football game.
We're definitely going to get some scoregami tonight. I know that. So if you're a fan of scoregami, you're a fan of this ball game we're having here tonight.
Fiorella, who watches ESPN on the weekend and writes down words that he can bring on our broadcast, such as scoregami. Good Pastor 14, Boyd Buchanan 21. Those games should be coming out of the half, Sammy.
Scoregami's got its own Twitter account.
Smyrna 9, Independence 0, Stewart's Creek 14, Ravenwood 7. It'll come back. Let's give it a second. There it is.
Man.
You just got to be patient, Fiorella. You don't have any. You don't have any confidence in me as a broadcaster.
I do.
You don't have any confidence in me as a broadcaster.
It just scares the heck out of it. You said it's going to come back, and it came back. You were right.
I used to do the same thing as you did.
You're like, oh man.
Yeah, I did that years ago. Caden Chandler on the kick for the Green Hill Hawks. Josh Crouch, the head coach of the Hawks, come to the table with a good offensive play. Take the 15, 20, 25, up to the 30. Up to the 35, up to the 40,
There's
up to the
Isaiah
45, up
Verser.
to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Isaiah Verser, touchdown Riverdale Warriors.
We asked about him. We said, where's he been? And this time on the kick return, number 22, Isaiah Verser, the first time he touches the football tonight, he runs one back. Wow, what an electric play right there by Isaiah Verser, the senior tailback.
Khalil Armand on to try another PAT. I got some scores that are cleaned up here now. I just reloaded. Frost to snap, Luke Smith to hold, and then Armand to kick. Alcoa 42, Chucky Doak 6, Grayson County 44, Iroquois nothing. Snap, hold, kick, all three look good. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Mount Juliet 14, Rockville 7, Science Hill 10, Maryville 42, Cleveland now 15, Jefferson County 21, Boyd Buchanan 35, Good Pasture 14, Knox Catholic 30, Father Ryan 14, Oakland 17, Gallatin 3.
There go the Patriots.
Yep. Ravenwood 14, Stewart's Creek 14. That's a good one going on in Williamson County. Cookville 21, Eagleville 7. Smyrna 16, Independence nothing. Cookville 21, Siegel 7. And like we said, Mount Juliet 14 and Rockville 7. So that's in the second quarter across over in Wilson County.
And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but
don't.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I really am hoping that, selfishly hoping that we can see another Battle of the Borough round 2 in the quarterfinals.
We didn't get to see the first one, so I'd like to see the second one because that game be over here, and TV don't interrupt me. I'd like to get that game. Khalil Armand on with his right foot to kick off for the Riverdale Warriors. He gets his right foot into it. And taking at the 3, works up to the 5, up to the 10, up to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, and down about at the 23-yard line.
However, Green Hill is going to do its best to
That's Owen on the run, and then number 28 on the stop, Jackson Nicholas. Go ahead.
Green Hill going to do its best to ruin my little plan there for sure.
Well, it's going to be 1st and 10, Green Hill. After that, Isaiah Verser, kickoff, return, run back.
They're still very much in this ball game, and with 3 timeouts and 2:57 left here, we will see if they can respond and get some points on the board to make it a one-possession game heading into the half.
1st and 10 now for the sophomore quarterback.
Got a little logistics going on with Michael Howell, the head referee.
Oakland just went to the half over there, so that scores at the half, 17-3. We're bringing you all the action here from Warrior Drive, other known as a reservation, Tom Nolan Field, or Tomahawk Stadium. Just waiting now.
Got a sideline violation, going to back it up.
Dead ball foul.
Man.
Oh, no, it's an unsportsmanlike. Excuse me.
I was getting ready to say, man,
I was like, they're backing up a little more than 5.
That sideline
that's not
penalty,
15 yards.
I was getting ready to say that. When did they add that to the
books? That's not 15 yards.
The sideline penalty is not 15 yards, exactly.
They are moving the chains back, though, so
it was a dead ball.
It's 1st and 10 still, right.
So it was a dead ball, 15-yard penalty.
We saw that last week with Blackman and Coffee County.
Sure did. Going to work with 4 wide receivers, just waiting on the marching orders now and waiting for Michael Howell, who wears the white hat, the left-handed.
Nickel defense for Riverdale with 2 safeties in the ball game.
Now he's up using his right arm, so he's ambidextrous. They completed out to number 2. That's Dallas Jackson. He's looking for a little running room, and not a whole lot there as Keyshawn Williams was trailing him along with Brock Montgomery.
Good tackle that
and
time
Joe Smith.
In space. Both of these Riverdale corners in Thompson and Williams tackle very well for kids at the cornerback position.
Cannon Burrows is the quarterback with 2:48 left to go here in the first half at Tomahawk Stadium. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom.
Blitz
Burrows
coming.
going to run it up the middle. He's going to run it. He's going to get about 8 yards and work up to about the 25-yard line.
And if you pay attention, something that I've noticed,
He's got a first
actually
down.
been playing Cameron Darden a lot at corner. He's at the top of your screen, and Jalen Thompson at safety for most of this ball game tonight.
1st and 10 now for the Hawks. Burrows looking. Going to try a screen pass, threw it in the dirt, Anthony. He wanted number 11, Braden Jones.
Just trying to make a little pitch and catch happen, and it didn't work out there.
2:25 left to go here in the first half. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Appreciate the NFHS, Corey Steneker, and along with Matt Gillespie down at the TSSAA, letting us come and broadcast and bring this game to you. Burrows will work with 4 wide receivers and 1 tailback. Looks like they got Chode in there. No, that's Owen. Owen? Not a whole lot there, Anthony. Not a whole lot there for the Hawks.
Yeah, and now on a 3rd and long, with the clock continuing to work, we'll see if they get aggressive here or if they decide to run the ball and force Riverdale to use a timeout and try to play defense.
Anthony Gunn, number 42, was there on the stop for the Riverdale Warriors. Burrows works from a shotgun. Look at, almost threw it behind him. Boy, he wanted number 11, Braden Jones.
A good play right there by JoJo Smith, because as an inside linebacker, his body's moving the other way, going to cover that thing in the flat and zone coverage, and he has to twist and get his hand in there to block that pass, and that also stops the clock. So Riverdale's going to get to keep all 3 timeouts, and we know how quickly they can score, so this might spell trouble.
Buck 51 is nothing for them. They've been moving the ball pretty quick all season long. They got the punter back there, Nico Duffy, for Green Hill.
Duffy's got to get a good punt off here.
Yeah, they've been sending the pressure. You all watch. Here we go. They couldn't get to him, and Duffy got it away. Going to call for the fair catch. That's number 6, Brock Montgomery.
Montgomery calls for and makes the fair catch at the 44.
All right, 1st and 10 for Braden Graham. Let's see what they do. Don't have to be in a big hurry, Anthony. You only need about half of it, a little over half of it back to get to the touchdown. And they're going to send Keyshawn Williams to the top of the screen, along with Braylon Vanderbilt.
As long as that ball was in the air, only 2 seconds came off the clock.
Brock Montgomery's down here at the bottom. Woodruff is closest on the top of the screen. He's working in that slot. Graham looking to throw. Looking, and he's going to come to the earth right at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, there was number 31 on the stop that time for Green Hill. That's Cooper Buckner. Don't think he's going to get credited with the sack as he gets maybe a yard on that play.
Well, Graham going to operate from a shotgun. 4 wide receivers this time. He's looking for his weapons. Throws it. Gets it out to Montgomery.
And he's able to get himself out of bounds, too. That's the important thing, is it stops the clock. Good job to shed the tackle and get out of bounds.
It's not good enough for a first down, but a pickup of about 9. Let's call it 3rd and 1 now for the Riverdale Warriors. Bucks 18 left in the first half. And he's going to operate with 3 wide receivers. He's got Keyshawn Williams up at the top of the screen along with the Braylon Vanderbilt. They throw a screen out to Woodruff. Woodruff's got it. Woodruff up to the 40, up to the 35. Still on his feet, 30. Wow. Still on his feet, 25.
And he's going to get out of bounds, too.
Right at about the 23-yard line, 25-yard line.
What a play by Woodruff that time, taking the swing pass and making something happen. Sheds 3 tackles and is able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Great play there by Woodruff. Good effort that time.
1st and 10 now for the Riverdale Warriors with 1:07 left to go here in the first half. Appreciate you joining us tonight on the broadcast. He'll operate out of a shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Graham, two-step drop, looking, spins out of it. Coming this way, he comes to the earth, and boy, that's a dangerous move, man. He could have threw it right to number 21, Will Milner, and Will's already had one tonight.
Yeah, and he's the one that did score earlier, and now we are going to have a timeout called by Riverdale.
Yeah, they're going to try to reel it back in here with 56 ticks left. Let me check some scores and get with you, the fan, on this Friday night, Week 12, Game 11. We had to change or correct something. Sammy's telling me there was a score we reported that was wrong. He got it from somebody. Who knows? Let's just go with it. How about Cookeville 21, Siegel 14, Mount Juliet 14, Rockville 7, Stewart's Creek 14, Ravenwood 7, Smyrna 16, Independence nothing. Eagleville 17, West Carroll 6, Oakland 17, Gallatin 3, Alcoa 42, Chucky Doak 6, Grayson County 44, Iroquois nothing. Germantown 34, West Creek nothing. Maryville 42, Science Hill 16, Boyd Buchanan 42, Good Pasture 14, Jefferson County 21, Cleveland 15, Knox Catholic 30, Father Ryan 14, Brentwood Academy 13, Briarcrest Christian 0. So it looks like Gary Rankin will win number 484.
If you are a Riverdale fan, the one you're really paying attention to, Rockvale and Mount Juliet, that's who the winner of tonight's ball game here at Tomahawk Stadium will face next week in round 2. And then on the other side of town, Gallatin and Oakland will take on the winner of Siegel Cookeville.
Braden Graham from a shotgun, looking, scrambling, coming this way. Cuts it loose. He completes it.
But it's inbounds still. So
Brock Montgomery, and it's up to the 19.
40 seconds left now. Still 2 timeouts remaining for Riverdale.
And they get the ball coming out at the start of the second half.
This is a third down play, though, so
you're in 2-down territory, in my opinion. 4 wide receivers. Graham, boy, he threads the needle.
Did he get in?
That's Woodruff. Touchdown, Woodruff. Touchdown, Riverdale Warriors.
And it's almost fitting that it's Woodruff that gets into the end zone on that drive. Had that big play earlier that got them down near the red zone, a big effort play. That time, same thing, Stork. It's effort. Makes that catch on the in route coming over the middle, and he's able to bounce off 2 tacklers and get his way into the end zone. Minute 51, like you said, no problem for the Riverdale offense as they get 6 points.
On an untimed down, tonight's sponsors, John Jones Real Estate. Frost to snap, Luke Smith to hold, Khalil Armand to kick the PAT, and it's good. With 20 seconds left to go here in the first half, your scores, Riverdale 33, Green Hill 13, and kind of spinning out of control on Josh Crouch and the Hawks.
Yeah, and not good because like you said a couple of times,
you can't get behind.
When you've got a young team on the road, when you get behind and the wheels kind of start coming off the wagon.
Now the Rabbits got the gun, and you're running against the clock and the scoreboard.
It's tough
at
to
the
make
same.
Adjustments. I know you got a whole nother half here.
Two villains.
Right here, I think if I'm Green Hill, I probably just take a knee. Let's go in and try to make some adjustments. We got to get a stop on defense to start the second half and then just kind of go from there. You dug yourself into a hole, but you can dig your way out of it.
You don't want to do anything stupid here either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're at the end of the first half.
I think you just take a knee. Yeah, I would too.
I mean, unless you can get a run back, then run it back. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for that. But you got to be careful because you definitely do not want to put yourself further behind than what you already are and got to dig yourself out.
Good job of gap integrity by the Riverdale kickoff team so far tonight, though. Green Hill's had several good returns, but nothing that's gotten out of control.
Khalil Armand lets it fly. We'll be taking it about at the 1-yard line, up to the 10, up to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, up to the 30, and a nice return, Anthony, but it still takes about 10, and the clock still runs. 10 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah.
I take a knee.
Don't think that they'll get too aggressive.
Well, you don't
here,
want
but-
to. You don't want to do a Hail Mary or anything like that. I mean,
Well, yeah, they scored earlier on that double reverse pass.
right.
So
Well, yeah.
they may break something like that out here. I doubt it, but you never know.
No. Let's see what they do. Then we'll read you some scores and take a little break here and come out and run the second half, the last 24 minutes of round one under this waning gibbous.
We will get you the camera on midfield so that you can enjoy both bands.
Well, it probably won't be a band. It's playoffs. Kenan Burrows. Whoa, and it's intercepted.
You talked about it. Do you get aggressive and throw the ball because something bad can happen? A tip drill that time. The interception by number 18, Gibson Frost. And now with the ball at the 40 and 2 seconds left.
One play.
Yeah, you could take a shot here for the end zone.
Braden Graham's going to try to do that too and put the nail in the coffin. He's going to get the ball coming out at the first half, at the start of the second half. And what did I say? I said you wanted to take it. You wanted to take a knee, and you just got to be careful, kids. I mean, when you force things.
This is something to watch here. This is a numbers thing now. You're going to have a conglomerate of people down here at the bottom of your screen. Look at Keyshawn Williams up there by himself. If that safety doesn't go over to help and you throw away from the conglomerate of bodies, you may have a one-on-one jump ball situation.
Graham sends Woodruff in motion. Graham looking to throw. Two-step drop. He's looking. He's coming this way. He lets it go, you all. It's in the air. Oh, he wanted Montgomery, and it wasn't there. He wanted Montgomery.
Took a shot. Just, yeah, like you said, it was a good job of Greenhill to knock that one down. And at halftime, the score, Riverdale 33, Greenhill 13 in round one of the TSSAA state playoffs. Stork, you got a couple of scores for us.
Sure do. Spencer's going to take a break and put that camera on the midfield mark. Appreciate her doing that. All right, Germantown 34, West Creek 0, Cookville 21, Siegel 14, Mountain Juliet 14, Rockville 7, Stewart's Creek 14, Ravenwood 7, Smyrna 16, Independence 0, Eagleville 17, West Carroll 6, Oakland 17, Gallatin 3, and right now Brentwood Academy 30, Briarcrest Christian 0, Jefferson County 21, Cleveland 15, Boy Buchanan 42, Good Pasture 14, Knox Catholic 30, Father Ryan 14. We'll take a break and we'll come back for the last 24 minutes on Stork Vision, NFHS, and the TSSAA. Appreciate you joining us.
Check out the scoreboard end of the field where you see sponsors such as Kona Ice, Comparion Insurance Agency, City Tile, Henley Supply, Prevention Coalition for Success at 615 District, who have helped us kick off the Fill the Stadium advertising campaign. Talk with a Riverdale Quarterback Club representative at the concession stand or visit RiverdaleWarriorFootball.com. Check out our new Region Champion shirts at Riverdale Tribal Trends Merchandise Shack located on the north end zone by the main entrance. See Carol Woodruff and her new designs for t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Each game brings a new collectible shirt. See Carol at Tribal Trends Merchandising Station for your custom merchandising needs. In the stadium this evening, Donut Country. Satisfy your sweet tooth with a donut and coffee, or grab a freshly prepared dozen donuts to take home. Located at the main entrance, thank you, Donut Country. Go get yourself a Kona Ice, a tradition sponsor of Riverdale football, the exclusive provider of everything icy here at Tomahawk Stadium. Kona Ice. It's Smack Your Mama Good at Chicken Shack Express. It's a treat to have them in the stadium this evening. Visit them on the south end near the concession stand, as well as Just a Smokin', a family-owned and operated food truck since 2015. Smoking low and slow and catering. Visit Just a Smokin' on the south end near the concession stand. Visit the Warrior Snack Shack concession stand. Hamburgers, hot dogs, nachos, drinks, popcorn, chips, and candy. Thank you to our major team sponsors, Blue Umbrella Medical Center, located on Brandy Circle near Cason Lane, offering chiropractic care, regenerative medicine, IV therapy, and whole health restoration. Blue Umbrella can help. Donut Country, a heritage team sponsor and hometown tradition for over 40 years. All freshly prepared donuts, breakfast, and lunch can now be delivered to you via Uber Eats and DoorDash. Visit donutcountry.com. Austin and Claire Maxwell, longtime supporters of Riverdale football and current tradition team sponsors. Austin and Claire Maxwell, longtime supporters of Warrior football, along with Richard Pearl and Keller Williams Realty, always striving to build relationships, not just close a sale. Reach out to Richard Pearl with Keller Williams at richardpearl@kw.com. Just a 20-minute drive from the stadium is Newton Chevrolet Buick GMC of Shelbyville, a Traditions team sponsor. Fresh inventory arriving daily. Just down Highway 231, home of the lifetime warranty. Go see Newton Chevrolet Buick GMC of Shelbyville. Jeremy Frost Electric, a heritage team sponsor, longtime supporter of Warrior Athletics. Just the Smokin', family food truck since 2015. And thank you to Warren Services for keeping the team field house cool and comfortable this year. Warren Services offers general contracting services for both commercial and residential, including HVAC, restorations, additions, home improvements, concrete, and decking. Call Warren Services at 615-796-4918. dropping just a bit. Hot chocolate available at the Warrior Snack Shack. Hot chocolate at the concession stand.
Where you buy that dumpster again?
Out back. Out back. You can only go out the
Oh, no, no, no. What year did you buy it?
94.
94. That's older than me. I wasn't born till 95. It's jacket's older than me.
Right.
94.
Good.
Get out of here.
What?
Both of them. Getting it wrong. No, it's cool enough now that it feels good when they're on. Like right when the sun was still going down. I didn't think it was going to get as warm as it did today. It got up to almost 70.
Feels good, doesn't it? Feels good, doesn't it?
Get out of here.
But they're run back.
It starts with them all the time. Or I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm struggling. You can tell I'm sorry.
We got two more
You're
games
doing,
left.
you're doing good. You're doing real good. Yeah, last two games, we don't traditionally don't win stuff. Once we get to the quarterfinal, that's usually it. They make us run sidelines the rest of the year. Semi. Squad scored. Four. You know he scored? You're kidding. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It looked like a heck of a catch. Josh Cox did a good job on Schrock. On Schrock. Yeah, he did. What? Yeah. Is he? Tina Red. What? Davis. He's got a phone tap. Ethan.
Reagan.
What?
Well, there you go. Appreciate everybody joining us here on Stork Vision as we're helping out the NFHS and TSSAA. Guy that's running me all the scores is sitting in Louisville, Kentucky. He developed the app. He developed our website. That's Sam the Soccer Man. He's got me some scores. Here we go. Guntersville 50, Albertville 0. Germantown 34, West Creek nothing. Cookville 21, Siegel 14. That game's going on up on top of the plateau. Mount Juliet 14, Rockville 7. That's over in Wilson County. Stewart's Creek 14, Ravenwood 7. That'd be a big win for Stewart's Creek if they could come away with that win.
Man, that would be huge because, like I said, as selfishly, I'm wanting a Riverdale Oakland quarterfinal. A lot of people on that other side of the bracket are wanting to battle the Wood round 2 in the quarterfinal.
Eagleville 17, West Carroll 6, Cane Ridge 7, Brentwood 7. I repeat, Cane Ridge 7, Brentwood 7. Brentwood's undefeated.
And Cane Ridge is 2-8.
Collinwood just killing McEwen. It's 30-0, and that game will be in a spinning clock from now on unless McEwen can put something on the board. Jefferson County 38, Cleveland 28. That's in the fourth quarter. Cleveland hanging on, and they need 10 points to get back in that ball game. This game is now in the third quarter. Oakland 17, Gallatin 3. Smyrna 16, Independence 0. Knox Catholic 37, Father Ryan 14, and that game is going on in Knoxville.
Couple of Catholic schools going at it in the first round.
Yeah. Good Pasture 20, Boyd Buchanan 49. Gary Rankin going to pick up another W and move forward in the playoffs. these are finals. Alcoa 56, Chucky Doak 6. Maryville, big winner. They're on the way home from Science Hill. They came in with a win 42-16. They move forward. Grayson County, a big winner. They won 51-0, and they move forward into round 2 of the playoffs. And we just got some Brentwood Academy 33, Briarcrest Christian 0. That's in a spinning a clock, and that's at Briarcrest Christian. Brentwood Academy traveled there. And we are getting ready to get started here with the second half, and Riverdale's 33, Green Hill 13. And
then a little bit of a seesaw affair in that first quarter. You had Green Hill actually scored first on the pick 6 by corner number 21, Will Milner, to open the game. Riverdale gets the ball back, scores, misses the extra point. So for a while, we were stuck there at that 7-6 score, Stork, and then once Riverdale scored again, it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, and the quarterback for Green Hill, it's the first time he's ever been in the playoffs, and they're a school that's only been around since 2020. They opened in the middle of COVID, and, Josh Crouch, very impressed with his logistics. His roster is amazing, kids, what he gave us, the information, and one of the best rosters we've ever gotten our hands on. I mean, it's broken up and looks great as he's put together a fine sheet, PDF sheet for us.
I tell you what, regardless of what happens tonight, what he's done with this Green Hill team, and as young as they are, for them to be here tonight and get the experience of playing against a big team like this in
he's
the
good
playoffs.
Coach.
Oh man, this is gonna be astronomical for them next year. They are going to definitely be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and he's a good coach. He's got a program. He's built a program, Anthony. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to build a program. And
I mean, we still got a whole other half of football left here too. I mean, they could go in and make some adjustments and get a stop here to start the second half. And if they can get a couple of quick scores like Riverdale had.
Riverdale's going to try to come out and put the
nail
in the coffin. Right,
that's what I'm saying. You've got to adjust, and you've got to find a way to get some stops. But if you can get a couple of quick scores like Riverdale did, you can get yourself back into this ball game.
Yeah, you can, and you're going to have to do it quick, Anthony, because you're going to be running up against the scoreboard and the clock. So the Rabbits got the gun, and all Will Kreisky has to do, you all, is get the football and go into a long drive. Do a lot of DJ Taylor. We saw a little bit of Isaiah Verser. Saw enough of him to go right down about 96 yards for a touchdown.
He ran back that
kickoff
return. Yeah, was Isaiah Verser, and I think we're probably going to see a little bit more of the run game for Riverdale here in the second half, just because they're up. However, not too much more, because at the same time, you still got to play 2 quarters, and I think that the way they've been able to throw the ball tonight, they've only hit on 2 deep balls. One of them resulted in a score, but if you're Braden Graham, continue to take what the defense gives you, and if you're Green Hill, got to find a way to generate some turnovers, make some things happen. You got to make big plays when you're in the playoffs.
If I'm Will Kreisky, though, Anthony, I run the ball. It gets the clock going, it gets the game done.
Yeah.
I'm old-fashioned. I'm a lot like Gary Rankin. Gary used to, once you get the game underway and you get it done, you run the ball, you get out of it. You stay focused on running the clock. You start managing it in the second half when you got the lead. And try to put on a few more points.
Definitely. That's why I was saying I think we're going to see a little bit more of the ground game for Riverdale in this second half. Try to put together longer drives. But, again, at the same time, you got to keep your foot on the gas. You got to keep scoring points. You don't let up until the clock strikes 0.
24 minutes. We'll work under Wayne and Gibbous with our 4-man staff tonight. I've forgotten that Dean Fox is in Palm Springs, California. Ravenwood has now tied it up. It's 14-14 with Stewart's Creek. Appreciate you, Sam. So Gallatin 3, Oakland 24. About got that all messed up.
Yeah. That game was at 3-3, and now Oakland
They just
starting
opened
to take
it up.
off.
Yeah.
And, you know, even though they, for the first time since Kevin Creasy's been the head coach, I mean, just it's crazy to think about that they've only lost one game at home, one game to a region opponent. And, I mean, you still got to like them as a favorite
This
for the
Brentwood,
state championship.
this Brentwood Cane Ridge game, that's one that I'm interested in. It's knotted up at 7 at the halftime, so whatever Cane Ridge has done, it's really given Brentwood, who's
fits.
undefeated, is
Yeah.
giving them some fits, you all.
That would be the upset of the century in the playoffs.
Germantown's got their foot on the gas. They're going to win. They're going to beat West Creek because they're up 41-0. I just don't see them coming out of it. Now, this game that's going on up at the plateau, that's one to watch. Cookville and Siegel. Cookville 21, Siegel 14. And then Mount Juliet 17, Rockvale 7. So they're stretching that lead, Mount Juliet.
Yeah, and, you know, when you think about going back to that Cane Ridge-Brentwood game, you know, Coach Eddie Woods for Cane Ridge, traditionally, over these past couple of years, they've been a dominant team, and they have controlled their region. This year, they get in as a 4 seed, even though they have a 2-8 record, and, man, that would be the upset of all upsets if they were able to pull that one off.
Boyd Buchanan 49, Good Pasture 20. So Good Pasture going to be loading the bus up pretty soon, leaving Chattanooga and coming home, and their season will end. Knox Catholic is beating Father Ryan, so Father Ryan will get on the bus and ride 3 hours home from Knoxville. As those scores will be wrapping up. Those are East Tennessee scores. They're an hour ahead of us, and we're getting ready to get back underway here at Tomahawk Stadium, Tom Nolan Field, located just off Warrior Drive. As we're getting ready to get back underway, we appreciate you, the fan, joining us. Our sponsor tonight's John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John.
Riverdale, of course, will get the ball to start the second half, and I don't know that Green Hill's going to kick it to Isaiah Verser this time. I think we're going to see a little something different.
Appreciate the NFHS. Corey Steneker from Hotlanta, Georgia. Matt Gillespie from the TSSAA letting us be a part of the 2023 playoffs here in the state of Tennessee.
22, Isaiah Verser.
And the kicker for the Hawks, Caden Chandler, puts his right foot into it. We're going to work 24 minutes under a waning gibbous, taking 20 up to the 25. Verser's got it up to the 30. Zips back the other way, and he's not going anywhere. Going to get down about the 34-yard line. Let's give it to number 6, Anthony Choate.
That time not able to break free, but still a decent return there by Verser, and good field position to start for Riverdale, up 20 here to start the second half.
He's going to line up with DJ Taylor just to the right of him. He's got 2 wide receivers to the top, a little bit different formation. They weren't lining up a lot of receivers. This looks like a run play, Anthony. And that's what it is. DJ Taylor, right side, as he takes that handoff, wrapped up by number 50 for the Hawks, Sebastian Cruz.
Yeah, and we got an offensive lineman down for Riverdale here on the play. It looks like big number 66, Alex Meza, shaking up on that one.
They get him up. He's going to have to come out, maybe tweak that ankle a little bit.
Yeah, he's walking back to the huddle, but
you've
got
been
to
in
come
that
out for at
situation.
least a play.
You've been in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled that ankle.
56,
Tape
Jamarian Winston coming back in.
Tape it.
Yep.
Tape it up like a boot. Graham going to operate from a shotgun. DJ Taylor to the right. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6 now for the Riverdale Warriors. 2 wide receivers at the top, running play, and they give it back off to DJ Taylor. He's coming this way, looking for a little running room. He's going to get 4 yards, Anthony. Tackle made by number 51. Excuse me. Flacall. I'm trying to sneeze and talk at the same time, and that's very difficult to do. Fresh set of 4 given to Braden Graham and the Riverdale Warriors. Chain gang moves, box man resets, ball's on the 44.
Good job by big Gavin Harris leading the way that time, the right tackle, excuse me.
Going to stay in that run formation. Little screen pass out to Montgomery. He's going to get up to about the midfield mark, Anthony, and a pickup of about 6 yards.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Riverdale wants to do here.
A long drive.
Nickel and dime them down the field and get it into the end zone.
The clock running. And
Keep
the clock
the ball
running.
away from Green Hill.
Yep. Going to stay with DJ Taylor in the backfield with Braden Graham. Now they got 3 wide receivers on a 2nd and long 5. Throwing it. That's Woodruff. Woodruff's got it to 45 and works up to the 40. It's good enough for a first down. He picks up about 7 yards.
8 catches on the night now for Woodruff. He had that last touchdown there in the second quarter going into the half to put him up by 20. He's having a heck of a ball game tonight.
It's a little more like 10. 1st and 10 now for Braden Graham. Fresh set of 4. DJ Taylor looking for a little running room. He gets 5 yards, Anthony, and the clock still moves.
And DJ Taylor having a really good ball game too, quietly, but not very many negative run plays there tonight. And he's doing what he's got to do to keep everything honest for this Green Hill defense.
Fly call, number 51 there on the stop. 2nd and a long 5 or a short 6, whichever way you want to look at it. From a shotgun, Graham throws, completes it out to Montgomery. Up at the top of your screen, he gets up to about the 24. Chain gang moves, boxman resets, and Graham giving another fresh set of 4.
Brock Montgomery, of course, a guy that you could argue is one of the, if not the top receiver prospect in the state of Tennessee, definitely in the top 5. Also having a really good ball game tonight for the Warriors.
Braden Graham going to operate from a shotgun. DJ Taylor going to line up to the right of him out of a single gun. 3 wide receivers, looks to throw. Now Keyshawn Williams up to, still on his feet, Anthony. Keyshawn Williams, he's finally going to be tackled somewhere around the 13-yard line.
Yeah, a good stop right there by number 7, Aiden Greer, to save the touchdown. And DJ Taylor, you know, we talked about it coming into the half. Think we're going to see a little bit more running the ball, and they're doing a great job on this drive of
mixing it up.
Yeah, mixing it up. You get run, pass, and they're just taking what the defense is giving them.
And the thing about it is they're getting push. Green Hill not able to stop them, not able
You're
to
exactly
contain them.
right. They are getting great push up front.
Well, they got twin receivers up at the top of the screen. That's Montgomery and Keyshawn Williams. And now Braden Graham looking to throw, cuts it loose. Brock Montgomery, touchdown Riverdale.
It's a slant route that time, and you got to let it develop. And right there, once he gets over top of that linebacker and he's just working on the safety, Braden Graham knows where he's got to fit that football in. And he hit Montgomery right in the hands. He bobbled it a little bit, but a good job of staying focused and reeling that one in. First touchdown of the night for Brock Montgomery, and Riverdale opens the second half with a touchdown.
Gibson Frost to snap, Luke Smith to hold, Khalil Armand on to kick the PAT on an untimed down. Dots that I, y'all.
So now 40-13 is your lead. And Stork, do we have any other score updates from around the area?
Well, let's see if Sam's been working on that Google Drive doc. I'll close it and reopen it to make sure we've got nothing but the latest from Louisville, Kentucky. Guntersville 50, Albertville 0, Brentwood 7, Cane Ridge 7, Collinwood 30, McEwen nothing, Brentwood Academy 33, Briarcrest Christian 0. Rockville 13, Mount Juliet 23, now down by 10.
Okay.
Oakland 31, Gallatin 3, Germantown 41, West Creek nothing. Cookville 21, Siegel 14. That game has not moved. Still knotted up at 14. That's Stewart's Creek and Ravenwood. Jefferson County 38, Cleveland 28. That game should be over, Sam. Smyrna 16, Independence 0. Eagleville 17, West Carroll 6. These are finals. Knox Catholic 13, Father Ryan 14, Boyd Buchanan 49, Good Pasture 20. So that's official Gary Rankin. Alcoa 56, Chucky Doak 6, Maryville 42, Science Hill 16, and Grayson County 51-0. And Khalil Armand is getting ready to put his right foot into it, and we're going to be back underway. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Goes out the back of the end zone, and Green Hill will start at the 20, first and 10, with the sophomore quarterback of Cannon Burrows.
And this is actually the worst starting field position that Green Hill has tonight to start the second half for their
They've been
offense.
able to return most of them.
You're exactly right.
You get it up to about the 30, 35, somewhere around in there before they start. Well, you're going to have a little bit of tempo, Anthony, if you're going to try to catch the Warriors, because right now.
Well, yeah, because it's become much, much tougher now, giving up that extra touchdown. Now a 4-possession ball game.
They do a jet sweep to number 11. That's Jones,
he's got some
Braden
room.
Jones. Jones works up to about the 45-yard line and catches them sleeping.
That's what you got to do. I mean, you got to dig your way out of the hole a little bit at a time, and they start out great. A great job on that jet sweep of getting around the edge, and Braden Jones has a good first down there and was literally just a broken tackle away from possibly
Jalen Thompson kept him from going.
Yeah.
First and 10 now for Cannon Burrows, the sophomore quarterback. He keeps it, going to run it on that left side, Anthony. He's going to get 5, 6. Still on his feet. He's almost up 10 yards, Anthony.
Yeah, and Burrows has done a really good
Change
job.
angle move. Box man reset. Cannon Burrows.
Done a really good job running the football tonight. That time, a designed keeper. He's following his tailback, Owens, as the lead blocker that time.
So they stretch the chains tight. Fresh set of 4 given to the sophomore quarterback, 6'3", as he operates the Hawk offense. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Oh, he's in trouble, and he comes to the earth, Anthony. He comes to the earth.
Look who it is, number 10, Joseph Guzman. He's the one that made that big play in the Oakland game last week, sacking Kyler Creasy and stripping the football away. And that's a big sack there that time. That's something that can kill the momentum of a drive.
Ravenwood and Stewart's Creek are headed into the fourth quarter, and it's knotted up at 14, you all. That's over Williamson County. Juicy games going on. 4 wide receivers for Cannon Burrows as weapons. He operates out of a shotgun. Looks like he's got Choate back there as his tailback. Let's see what they do. No.
Under pressure again.
It's Owen as his tailback. Burrow cuts it loose. Oh, and he gets it and he completes it to number 11, Braden Jones.
Yeah, really good job by Burrows that time of extending the play. And his receiver, Burrows, did a good job of fighting to get open. And a good throw there by Burrows to keep the drive alive on a second and down.
Odie was there on the stop. Zentrex Odie.
On the play against Riverdale.
All right, going to have 1 at the top. That's Mattingly. And 3 down here at the bottom of the screen as Cannon Burrows goes back to work. Hand it off to Owen. Owen up that middle, Anthony. I'm going to get about 5 yards.
A good-looking drive here by Green Hill to open the second half as they're fighting desperately to keep their season alive.
He's not taking his time. He's moving them along pretty good, but he doesn't have a whole lot of time to work with. Caden Burrows slaps his hands together. He's looking. He's catching pressure. Anthony, he's going to come to the ground. They got him on a face mask. They got him on a face mask.
Face mask here.
They got him on a face mask. He got him on a personal foul, face mask right there, 15 yards. That's going to be an automatic first down.
Right there at the end of the play. I think it was big number 50 for Riverdale that time. Jaquavia James was the guilty party, but
he was reaching, and that sometimes happens when you're in that situation.
Definitely didn't do it on purpose, but unfortunately it is a thing that happens sometimes, and that's going to give Green Hill a first down and move this ball inside the 10 down to the Riverdale 9.
Oakland now punishing Sumner County as Gallatin is falling behind even more. It's 38-3 over at Ray Hughes Stadium. Brentwood 14, Cane Ridge 7. They pulled ahead. In Cleveland 36, Jefferson County 44. Caden Burrows. Cannon Burrows operates from a shotgun. Going to loft it up, Anthony. A little one-on-one. It didn't go.
Going to
get him
be
for
a flag
pass
on
interference.
Keyshawn Williams.
Pass inter-
That was Mattingly at the top of the screen that time, trying to go to the 6'5" wide receiver / tight end, whatever you want to call him, the pass catcher. And that's going to move this one down inside the 5
So a
now.
little more of Riverdale's mistakes as far as penalties showing their rearing their head here now. This is what we've seen all year, Anthony. A little bit of this.
Yeah.
Not being mean. It's just
It
I've
just is what
harped on
is.
it every week in every coach's show. You just got to watch out for the penalties and could come into play.
Has been a lot better tonight, but a
Cannon
couple of
Burrows?
costly ones. Batted down at the
No.
line by Edmiston.
Cho was working back there with him, trying to block, trying to give him a little bit of more time.
And here now on 2nd down, with a short field, it becomes hard to throw the ball when you get this close. But at the same time, defenses can key in on the run, so it's hard as an offense. It really goes on those big boys. You've got to get push up front. You got to give the quarterback time if you decide to throw. When you get
Cannon
down
Burrows
close.
will work with 4 wide receivers. One's running in motion. He's looking to throw. Checks his points, and now it's been intercepted. It's Joe Smith. 15, 20, 25, 30. Stiff arms, and he's out of bounds. Joe Smith. He wears number 8.
What a big play by Joe Smith, the inside linebacker. He doesn't get the football in his hands very often, and that time at the end of that run with a big shoulder at the end of it too, and Riverdale bows up on defense and gets a big stop to end what was a good-looking Green Hill Hawk drive.
Now Riverdale with a little more momentum as it's 5:07 left to go here in the third quarter. And they're lining up, and they're wanting to put more points on the scoreboard. Braden Graham will operate from a shotgun with 4 wide receiver. He hands off to DJ Taylor. No, it's Isaiah Verser. Verser in there now.
That's Verser's first carry of the night.
Yeah. We haven't seen Verser. He's been a little bit dinged up. He did
run back that kickoff,
We
though.
did see him
We
run
saw
right
that.
by us. And he ran right by us, went into the end zone.
He ran right by us and said, goodbye, I'm on my way to the end zone down there.
3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Braden Graham operates out of a shotgun. Little screen pass coming this way.
It's Braylon Vanderbilt's first catch of the night.
And Vanderbilt going to pick up Anthony about 8 yards.
This is something that's it's so valuable when you have an offense where you have 7 different kids touch the football in one night, Stork. Not a lot of high schools can say that they have those type of weapons.
Yeah, I mean, Woodruff's definitely a great football player. Keyshawn Williams is a great football player. Brock Montgomery's a good football player. Braylon Vanderbilt's a good football player. Verser. And along with DJ Taylor and the quarterback, Braden Graham. Woodruff, now he wanted to, just thought about taking off before he got the football. Got to catch it first.
That's all that happened there.
That's all that happened. He knows what he did wrong. It's 2nd down. Clock stops. 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter under this waning gibbous. Appreciate you, the fan, joining us. Our sponsor tonight's John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. TSSAA, Matt Gillespie. Along with Corey Steneker in the NFHS. Braden Graham will toss it out to Woodruff. Wanted it. On the defense there was number 20, Nico Duffy.
Very rare there that Braylon Woodruff drops the ball twice. He's a definite possession receiver outside of maybe Brock Montgomery. Probably their best hands guy on that offense.
And maybe got going a little bit too quick here and trying to put it away too quick. Let's see if they can see if they can keep this drive alive on a 3rd and 10. And they throw it back to Woodruff, and he's recovered now.
He caught that one.
You can say his name correctly as they bring the ball into Hawk territory on the 40.
He got a little bit of that Elway cross that time, Stork. Braden Graham put a little bit of mustard on that one. And I think he's probably going to have that little cross on the end of the football tattooed into that right arm for a couple of minutes.
They send Ryan Edmonston in as Woodruff comes out. That's like replacing salt for salt, so it doesn't make any difference. 4 wide receivers. They got Isaiah Verser to the left of Braden Graham. Let's Isaiah Verser have it. Verser going to get 5 yards. Tackle on the play made by 58.
A late flag on number 77.
Forcer on the run.
It was
Jackson
Briar
Turner.
Wilhite.
Tackle down by number 50,
I don't know about that.
Sebastian Cruz.
Oh, they called offsetting personal fouls, I guess. Well, he pointed toward Green Hill.
Let's
Are they
see
gonna
what
walk it
Michael
off?
Howell. Let's see what Michael Howell's doing. Let's see what Michael Howell's doing. He's telling everybody kind of stay where they are. Let's see. Let's hear him. Personal foul called against Riverdale. That's 15. That's it.
That's it.
It wasn't no
He
offset.
called it on Briar Wilhite, and I don't know about that. I thought he was just finishing a block at the end of a play, and I mean it was maybe a second or two after the whistle. But again, we say it every week. That's why I'm up here and not down there.
It's a good thing. 2nd and 20 now for the Riverdale Warriors. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Isaiah Verser's to the left of Braden Graham. Got an audible coming in. Got number 4, Keyshawn Williams, down here with Braylon Vanderbilt at the bottom of your screen. You got Edmonston and Keyshawn Williams up there at the top. Braden Graham, and he's caught number 7, Braylon Vanderbilt. And he got more than half of it back. He got 15 of it, Anthony.
Yeah, and now on a 3rd and long, where you're at on
3rd
the
and
field,
6, manageable.
definitely 4-down territory as well. I don't know.
Well, it's a 3rd down manageable.
Yeah,
Look,
well,
it's 3rd and 6.
If it gets to 4th down, though, what I'm saying is it's a little far for Khalil Armand to kick, but too short to punt.
I think so.
Too short to punt, though, so we'll see if they can get a 1st down here.
4 wide receivers for Graham. And gets it to Isaiah Verser, 30. Isaiah Verser, 25. Runs out of bounds just about at the 23.
A little bit of a, but like we said earlier, a little bit more of a no-nonsense type of runner is Isaiah Verser. When he gets out into open space, he doesn't mess around. He's a little bit quicker than DJ Taylor is. Just 2 different styles
He
of runner.
puts his foot on the gas a little quicker
That's right.
as he comes out with the football in his hands.
A little more acceleration from number 22.
He's an aggressive, violent runner is what he is. 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom, and Isaiah Verser to the right of Braden Graham. Back to Isaiah Verser. Couldn't get those legs going, Anthony, as he's bottled up quickly by the Hawk defense. And that's going to be number 7. Let's give it to him. That's Aiden Greer.
And this is the type of drive that really
Matt Kreisky wanted.
It's a backbreaker. Yeah, Will Kreisky and his staff. This is exactly what you want. Up 4 possessions late in the as we're getting later and later in this second half. Definitely taking their time here, keeping the ball out of Green Hill's hands, trying to make it a 5-possession game and going into the 4th quarter, which would be almost insurmountable.
Graham looking to throw. He's going to run it. We've got Holden.
Yep.
Going to bust him. And that's completed it to Braylon Vanderbilt, but it's all going to come back, and they're going to penalize Riverdale for Holden. And that's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We appreciate you, the fan, joining us here tonight on Stork Vision. Brentwood now leads 14-7. Ravenwood now leads by a touchdown. Smyrna has kicked a field goal and should see it on the scoreboard. Sam, the soccer man.
So Ravenwood has come back on Stewart's Creek now then.
Well, I got some scores for you. Cookville just mashing Siegel. It's now 28-14. Smyrna 19. Independence nothing. Ravenwood 21. Stewart's Creek 14. Brentwood Academy 43. Briarwood Christian 7. Braden Graham operates from a shotgun. Isaiah Verser's got it now, 30, 25. Runs over a dude. He's up to the 22.
Man.
He just ran over.
We don't see that much out of Isaiah Verser.
He just ran over number 26.
He said, I'm going to show you I'm the power back too, man. That was a like you said, it was a violent run that time by Verser. 3rd and 9 here, though. It's a big 3rd down for the Green Hill defense. It's been a long drive for Riverdale.
Woodruff and Montgomery are up at the top of the screen. Braylon Vanderbilt's down here along with Keyshawn Williams. He's got 4 of his most deadliest receivers in there. And Isaiah Verser, a tailback who's very dangerous. Braden Graham calling this offense under a waning Gibbous. Fakes it to Isaiah Verser. And he won at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and with where they're at, I think we're probably going to see the field goal unit come on, and yeah, we are. And we're going to have, yeah.
Khalil Armand
on now.
We're going to have Gibson Frost to snap, Luke Smith to hold, and we'll let Khalil Armand and Anthony will call this one off. It looks like to be about
it's going to be
39.
Yep.
39er?
That's right. No
This will be
hash,
good.
39 yards.
This will be a good little chunk for Khalil Armand if he can get it through. 39-yarder. High snap. He gets it up.
He drilled it.
That's
right
3
down
points.
the middle.
3 points for Khalil Armand.
And so now what that will do after the kickoff, because it is a 30-point game, that puts this one into a running clock. So unless Green Hill can get some points going on the board, that clock will continue to work as we get
And this is
to the
what you
fourth
want,
quarter.
Anthony. It's 9:05, 9:03 right now in Central Time Zone. You're headed into the fourth quarter, and you got a running clock on them. It's exactly what you want. I mean, you want to get done as early as you can. I mean, you want to end Friday night during playoffs as quickly as you can, and you don't want to get
Get to
hurt.
work.
You don't want to get hurt.
That's right.
That's the biggest thing you're trying to keep.
That is the most important thing this time of year is staying healthy. So if you can get into a situation like this where you're up big and get some other kids into the ball game, that's huge. There's not going to be too many more of them that you're going to get the opportunity
I'm going to tell you,
do that.
this is going to be a big win for Cookville if they end up holding on to beat Siegel.
Yeah. That Cookville, the 3rd seed in Region 4 6A, finished just ahead of Green Hill.
Oakland just killing Gallatin 38-0 or 38-3. I don't want to be mean to Gallatin. Brentwood 14 and Cane Ridge 7. And that goes into the end zone, and Green Hill Hawks. Josh Crouch will start for the 20.
Cookville's the 2 seed, excuse me. That's why they're hosting that game, not Siegel.
Yeah. And Siegel had drive up on the plateau. We've driven up there 100 miles.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly up there this time of year up on the plateau.
That's a place near and dear to my heart is Cookville.
I love Cookville.
I scored a touchdown in a playoff game in Cookville one year. And at the end of the third
who
quarter,
filmed it? And who filmed it?
You did.
I filmed
You
it.
was there.
Exactly. I was the one filming it.
Who's this fat kid with the football? What the heck's going on here?
Appreciate our sponsor tonight, John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. We've got a cast of characters tonight. Lady on the camera, she is a manager of NADA. Hustles hats every once in a while over at Rustler Hat Company over in the Gulch. Our best friend's her dog, Sophie. That's Jolie Spencer Montgomery from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The guy running me all the scores, that's Sam the Soccer Man. Guy on color tonight from Los Angeles, California, the big guy, Anthony Fiorella. Green Hill going to operate with 4 wide receivers and out of a single gun. Looking to throw, Anthony Fiorella. Cannon Burrows comes to the earth.
He took a
And who
shot
is it?
from Ryan
It's
Edmiston. 3rd sack of the night for Riverdale. As you hear that band firing up the war chant down there.
2nd and 15 now for Green Hill. And you don't want to go a quick 4 down and out, but man, the Riverdale Warrior defense is wanting that to happen right now as we are in the 4th quarter. Cannon Burrows operates from a shotgun, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. He tried to hand it off. He hung on to it. Cannon's now covered it up quickly. It's going to be 3rd down, and long.
Those read options, man, when you're the quarterback there, if you're going to give it off, you got to give it off, and you got to make it evident. Right there, his tailback that time choked. Didn't know that he wanted to give it off. He was a little late. We saw it happen earlier on the RPO also where they lost the football on that 3rd down play in the 1st quarter.
Appreciate Will Kreisky. Had a couple of goons at noon over here for me to get the equipment all up to the top of the press box. We appreciate that.
Good catch that time by Choate, but a better tackle in space by number 8, JoJo Smith, the catalyst to that Riverdale defense at that inside linebacker spot. And they force a 3-and-out for Green Hill.
And what I say, Anthony, you just didn't want to give the ball right back to Riverdale, but quickly Green Hill has done that.
And it's a young team, Stork. We knew that it was going to be an uphill battle for them on the road as the 4 seed, but still a great year. They're going to finish at
I'm impressed.
7-4. I mean, they've got some weapons on this team.
Look, they're going to be back, you all. I mean,
and back in a big way.
Riverdale is,
you
a
got
little bit better right now than they are.
They're just a more experienced ball club, and that's what I'm saying. What's so scary about this Green Hill team is they go 7-3 with this young of a team playing in a tough Region 4-3A or 4-6A. They're going to be back in a big way next year. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with.
As the band starts playing Tequila, an old Pee Wee Herman favorite. Gutnersville 60, 50, Albertville 0, Siegel 14, Cookville 35, Brentwood 21, Cane Ridge 7, Smyrna 19, Independence 6, Ravenwood 28, Stewart's Creek 14, Brentwood Academy 43, Briarwood Christian 7.
Now Will Kreisky wants timeout.
Mount Juliet 23 and Rockville 13 as the Rocket season might be coming to an end. We've got finals. Eagleville's 37, West Carroll 6. That's a final.
Wow.
Eagleville moves on.
On the road, the 4
Jefferson County is a final, and Chandler Tigard's season ends. Jefferson County 44, Cleveland 36, Collinwood 37, McEwen nothing. Rick Rice's season comes to an end. Germantown 47, West Creek nothing. Germantown moved on. Germantown beat Riverdale earlier in the season on a road game where Riverdale went to Memphis. Knox Catholic 37, Father Ryan 14. Knox Catholic moves on. Boyd Buchanan 49, Good Pasture 20. Gary Rankin moves on. Alcoa 56, Chucky Doak 6, Brian Nixon. The Tornadoes move forward. Maryville Red Rebels are a big winner, 42-16 over Science Hill. Grace County Cougars, where I went to school, 51-0 over Iroquois, Louisville Iroquois. And punt with no pressure, Anthony. I'm just going to let it fall. Just going to let it fall. Brock Montgomery just going to let it go where it goes, and it's going to go. Yeah, about at 39.
Still a lot of the starters on the field for Riverdale. Looks like we do have a backup tailback into the ball game, though. Number 34, Isaiah Emery Whitfield. He is a freshman. Short.
Whitfield now in the ball game on a playoff situation. You know, his blood's pumping. Little old freshman. And you can kind of tell he doesn't have that size. Probably needs a little bit in the weight room for wide receivers. And Whitfield is the tailback with Braden Graham. They let Whitfield have it up the middle. 42 was there on the stop for the Hawks. Cale Burrows. And I'd say that's Cannon Burrows' brother. Not for sure. I don't have any information on that, but I'm guessing. 2nd and 9 now for the Riverdale Warriors as we've hit that 8:45 mark. Riverdale just taking their time, Anthony.
Yeah, and you know they really did a great job tonight of in this first half when they faced a little bit of adversity and Green Hill came out and kind of seized momentum of not letting the moment get to them.
They go back to 34, Whitfield.
Because what you got to remember about Riverdale, even though they're a little more experienced, these last 2 years in a row, they've lost in the first round, Stork. So it's been a bit since they've won themselves a ball game in the playoffs.
They're making a little history tonight. Will Kreisky's trying to move his team into a different bracket in his program. 3rd down now, 3rd and a long, let's call it a short 9, a long 8. Braden Graham just taking his time, letting that clock run. Anthony with 4 wide receiver. They got Whitfield back there to the left. They've handed it off to him the last 2 times, but going to have to throw it.
Different player this time. It's Verser.
That's Isaiah Verser's got it. Verser, he's going to get the
There he
first down.
goes.
40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Isaiah Verser. Touchdown Riverdale.
And when you get Isaiah Verser in space, there's not many kids in the state of Tennessee that are going to catch him. His second touchdown of the night, first on the ground, and that one probably will definitely do it here tonight at Tomahawk Stadium, as the Riverdale Warriors are an extra point away from putting 50 on Green Hill in the round 1 of the playoffs.
Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Gibson Frost to snap, Luke Smith to hold, Khalil Armand on to kick the untimed down. All 3 look pretty good right now, and he tacks on one more. 50-13, Anthony, and 6:48, and the clock's just spinning.
Yep.
Josh Crouch ready to end it. You know, when you get to this point.
And if you're Green Hill here too, you know, I'm telling my kids, hey, look, we got 6 minutes left. We got to get as many seniors in the ball game as we can here right now, but we got to keep playing.
Yeah.
Let's keep playing. We've got enough time that we could probably put together one last scoring drive, even though that clock is spinning. Let's try to get this thing in the end zone one more time and end our season with a touchdown.
Well, Riverdale looks like it's going to win, and they'll be back here next Friday night. We'll wait for Matt Gillespie and NFHS and all those people.
That's right.
We'll crash
we don't
this
know where we're going to be
operation.
next week. We will let you know. As soon as we know, we will let you know. And for Riverdale fans, we're waiting on the Cookeville and Siegel, or the Rockvale and Mount Juliet game to end. And
that could be interesting.
Looks like we're probably going to get Mount
So does that
Juliet.
mean Oakland goes to Cookeville?
No, I don't think so. Let me pull the bracket real quick.
Khalil Armand to kick for the Warriors.
I don't know who would go where, but
Khalil Armand on the kick. You don't know, and I don't know. Khalil Armand puts his right foot into it, taking it about the 3, up to the 10, up to the 15, up to the 20. And that's where Green Hill will start their offensive drive. Dakota Woodward was there on the stop as Owen ran it back for the Green Hill Hawks.
So Oakland has gone final.
Oh, I know that.
38-3.
We know that.
So still waiting on a final from Mount Juliet Rockvale, but
Well, you
okay.
just
So
said
Mount Juliet and Rockvale,
that's
the
1
winner
and 4.
of that game. I had it backwards. I'm so sorry. They will play Oakland. So Oakland
will go to Mount
would have
Juliet.
to go to Mount Juliet, and then Riverdale will host the winner
Cookeville.
of Cookeville Siegel, which looks to be Cookeville.
Yeah.
Not final, of course, yet, but that's what we're looking at right now.
So Oakland going to go over and see Trey Perry at Mount Juliet right now, as far as we know.
That's the way it's looking. Unless Rockvale can win that game, then Oakland would get to remain at home and would host Rockvale.
2nd and 10 now for Cannon Burrows. Bad snap low.
That's
Now, that is not Cannon
that's
Burrows. That's a
number
backup
9.
quarterback. That's number 9, Garen Camerata. Camerata now in the ball game.
Camerata, a senior, so taking some of his last snaps. It's a bittersweet moment, I tell you. It's when you know that it's coming to an end. When I was at Blackman, my last year was when Siegel dominated with Brent Stockstill in 2012, as Camerata's going to go down here. And it wasn't a very close ball game, and we knew. And those last couple of plays going out there,
they're going to get him for roughing the passer.
That's for sure.
They're going to get him for roughing the passer. I didn't see it. Did he come in pretty violent? I mean, he got on top of him quick.
No, there's no flag. They picked it up.
Oh, no flag.
Yeah.
It was the fumble flag is what the
Fourth
reason
down.
why. I thought that they got him. 2:52 left to go. The clock just spinning. We're going to get out of here in 3 minutes. We'll do the cast of characters. I'll run through some scores. We'll say goodbye.
We'll see if we can get you some final scores so that we know some local schools where they're going to go next week.
4th and 11 now for the Hawks of Green Hill. And can't wait to see Josh Crouch's team again. Maybe we'll catch them. Maybe they'll start playing more Rutherford County schools. We'll catch the Green Hill Hawks again somewhere in the future on Stork Vision with 2:15 left to go. Punts in the air. And probably get to see Luke Smith come in for the Riverdale Warriors. He is the backup quarterback.
Yeah, I got a lot of young kids in the game. We got 80 for Riverdale. That's
Luke
Remy
Smith
Cone,
heading in, number 15.
82 Cody Lewis, 85 Tegan Stem. A lot of the JV kids in now on offense for Riverdale.
Luke Smith's in there. And he's going to run with number 34, Whitfield, as his tailback, the freshman, 4 wide receivers. Luke Smith hands off to Whitfield. Whitfield trying to get some running room and didn't get a whole lot going. Number 79 was there on the stop for the Green Hill Hawks. And that's going to be Jahil Williams.
Another freshman, 17, Hudson Fukua, into the ball game.
You don't want to say that real fast.
No.
You don't. I
Gotta
promise.
be careful.
Yes, you've got to be very careful with that one. Luke Smith is going to operate from a shotgun and just letting time drift off as we're under a minute under this waning gibbous here at Tomahawk Stadium, Tom Nolan Field, located off Warrior Drive, other known as the reservation. Oh, you just shoved Whitfield. Luke Smith did, gave him a little push.
Gave him a little jolt. Speaking of a little jolt, we got a big horse race this weekend at Santa Anita Park.
I've been betting them all day, and I ain't in a race. I am not in a race, Anthony.
Oh man,
it's brutal, brutal. I don't know.
That's my home track.
Yes, I know Santa Anita. I'll bet them up again tomorrow. We'll see how we do. I didn't do too bad at Keeneland last weekend. Going to take a knee, victory formation, easiest play to call. And
so in round one of the playoffs, like we said earlier, what it was going to come down to was, can the Green Hill secondary hold up against this Riverdale offense? And our answer tonight is it unfortunately could not, as Green Hill's season comes to an end here at Tomahawk Stadium, as the Riverdale Warriors are going to be a 50-13 winner here at home.
Riverdale just went final 38-3, so Riverdale is a winner.
No, not Riverdale.
I mean Oakland, sorry.
Okay.
Over Gallatin. Losing my noodle. Guntersville, big winner tonight. They beat Albertville 50-0. That's the end of Albertville.
That's the end of the regular season for Alabama.
Right. Mount Juliet 23, Rockville 19. That game's in the fourth quarter.
Oh, wow. So that's close. We still yet to find out whether
if Rockville could hold on and beat Mount Juliet,
if they come back,
Rockville
and win,
would go to Oakland next Friday night.
Yes.
Smyrna 26, Independence 6.
Well, Smyrna proved me wrong tonight. They sounds like they're going to be a big winner in their first round game.
Brentwood Academy 43, Briarwood Christian 14.
What happened to Brentwood and Cane Ridge? We were watching that game earlier, and
it's over, I guess. I'll be able to read you the rest of these scores. Cookville 35, Siegel 14. That's a final. Brentwood 28, Cane Ridge 7. That's a final. Ravenwood 28, Sturge Creek 14. That's a final. Oakland 38, Gallatin 3. That's a final. Eagleville 37, West Carroll 6. That's a final.
So
Jefferson County 44, Cleveland 36. That's a final. Collinwood 37, McEwen 6 or nothing. That's a final. Germantown 47, West Creek, nothing. That's a final. Knox Catholic 37, Father Ryan 14. That's a final. Reload the scoreboard,
So
Sammy says. Again, I just reloaded it.
With Cookville winning, we know Riverdale will host the Cookeville Cavaliers right here at Tomahawk Stadium next week in round 2. And the Siegel Stars here out of Murfreesboro will end their year at 5-6.
Mount Juliet 23, Rockville 19, Smyrna 26, Independence 6, Briarcrest Christian 14, Brentwood Academy 43. Like I said, Cookeville 35, Siegel 14, that's a final. Knox Catholic 37, Father Ryan 14, Boyd Buchanan 49, Good Pasture 20, Alcoa 56, Chucky Doak 6, Maryville 42, Science Hill 16, Grayson County 51, Iroquois 0. Those are all finals as we get ready to wrap it
Great
up.
Great job
here.
tonight, Spencer.
This lady, she was on the camera all night. She did a wonderful job. She's a manager of Nada, which is a restaurant in Nashville, Tennessee. She builds hats from time to time at the Rustler Hat Store over in the Gulch. Please stop by and see her. She's from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's Jolie Spencer Montgomery. This guy is normally with us, but he wasn't with us tonight. He is currently in Palm Springs, California. He attended Otterbein College. He owns a space capsule. He hovers high above us on Friday nights. Home of the Cardinals. He's from parts unknown. That's Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks. This guy was on color tonight. He does MTSU soccer, softball, baseball. Has done some hockey, has done some boxing. He's from Los Angeles, California. He's got his degree in media communications from MTSU. That's Anthony Fiorella, my color analyst. This guy ran scores to me all night. He's developer of the website. He developed our app. He has his master's in systems analysis, his master's in data processing from Louisville, Kentucky. Degrees from Western Kentucky University. That's Sam the soccer man. My name's Stork Montgomery. I own this contraption. We call it Stork Vision. We hope to see you next Friday night. That'd be week 12, week 13, game 12. Until then, you all be safe.